Well, a pleasant good evening, everyone, from TD Bank Park, where the Lancaster Barnstormers take on the Somerset Patriots in Game 3 of a three-game series. It's the rubber game coming up here tonight. The Barnstormers, in terms of runs for and against, have had an incredibly successful series here against the Patriots, winning the opener 7-1. They looked awfully good on Tuesday night, and then yesterday, a slight stumble at the end of the ball game. The Barnstormers would end up going down by a 4-3 score in 10 innings yesterday as we got the second game of the series in. I personally am glad to be back with you here this evening. I apologize for the last couple of days. Tuesday night, I tried every combination to get on the air. The rules keep changing as to how to feed YouTube. We think we have caught up with it now, but I needed a second set of eyes on the screen, so I headed back to Lancaster yesterday and sat with our production manager, Ryan Cortazzo, and it was actually Ryan that basically found the tab that you had to click on to make everything work. I didn't see it, and so finally we are able to be back with you here tonight, and very glad to be able to bring you the finale of this three-game series. Now, this takes care of us as far as the road is concerned. There are still issues as far as coming your way at home, and that is something that will also have to be addressed as we go along.
Born and raised right here in the Garden State. For many years, I have my own produce market, and of course, I am the biggest baseball fan.
So this is where we are as far as tonight is concerned. The Barnstormers taking on the Somerset Patriots. Now, for days, I've been trying to bring you an interview that I recorded last Friday with Barnstormers first base coach Troy Steffi. And Troy and I will be back your way in just a moment here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games. A fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team, and through training, preparing, working together like a team in an emergency, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. It's time you stepped up to bat to hit a home run for your local Lancaster County Fire Company. Go to becomeafirefighter.org, sign up, and take a swing for the fences. Join the Lancaster County Fire Service team.
Wow, season 15. Can you believe it? Gockenauer Appliance is proud to be back partnering with your Lancaster Barnstormers again this season, and has been since day one. We are also proud to be celebrating our 70th year of business this season, and wanted to thank all of you for your support in business over all these years. I'll be back after the Dugout Report to tell you about some great offers and giveaways we have for you during this 15th season of Barnstormers Baseball.
Welcome back to tonight's edition of the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. Joining me is the Barnstormers first base coach Troy Steffi. And Troy, that's your visible presence in front of the public, in front of the fan base, is coaching first base here at home. But obviously there's a great deal more involved in your job, including, well, the Barnstormers were in Sugar Land. You were entertaining a group of kids from China playing baseball here in the Lancaster area. What was that like?
Oh, it was incredible. I had been here a year ago, and they were just starting out with the game, and this year they just showed so many great strides in their development.
Your job here with the Barnstormers is pretty much to handle all things baseball that don't directly necessarily involve the Barnstormers, and then a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff in the clubhouse and equipment, so on and so forth, but a lot of stuff like the camps, the clinics, and so on.
Yeah, so basically my responsibility is just trying to develop the relationships with the youth programs here, and just trying to, help them in whatever they may need. If they need, a vendor for, uniforms or something, I can, turn them in that direction. Coaching education programs, as well as, field maintenance as well, too.
Tell us a little bit about your background and how you got tied in with the Barnstormers.
So I played time ago, back when Jesus was on the earth, and then just kind of gravitated in towards the player development end and scouting. I was with the Astros, the Blue Jays, and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And then when the team came to town here, it was just kind of a natural fit. I moved back from Florida. Started talking to Keith Lupton, great man, kind of helped me along the way here and helped me, just understanding that, the player development part of it that he did, the baseball ops stuff. And then an opportunity came here in the fall, and, I jumped on it.
You've known Ross for quite a while.
I have. Ross and I been friends for, 15 years. We've done international clinics. We've gone to Canada together. We worked at USA Baseball, NTISs. When I was the director of baseball ops, Ross was my right-hand man. So Ross has been with me through, everything.
Of all the moments, this season here, as his job has been full-time, what's been the most rewarding? What's been the biggest headache?
I'll tell you what, the biggest reward this year is no rain. I mean, and like last year, that's part of my job is, the tarp crew and everything like that. And this year has just been fantastic with the weather. Now, I shouldn't have said that, I guess. Now we'll get rain. But
we had enough the last 2 nights.
The challenging part of it would be, I guess, just trying to stay up on, a lot of our guys are going down with injuries, or Ross needs to, bring a player in, something like that. So that's kind of learning on the fly for me. So I wouldn't say it's a challenge, or a headache or anything like that. It's just the learning process of it.
Coaching first base is a lot different from coaching third base. Third base, you're sort of in control of the game and running through all the signs. What are some of the intricacies of coaching first base? What are the most important parts of that job?
Well, the big thing is just kind of letting the runners know what the pitcher's delivery is to the plate. Also kind of being their eyes on the field, because sometimes, they might not pick up the ball off the bat, and where they're at coming around the bag or something like that. And just kind of be a support system there for them at first when they pull in.
And obviously, this team doesn't quite have the speed of last year's team where I think we were just saying go all the time and, people were flying around the bases. So, there's Darian, there's Devon, some other guys can run, but it's not quite last year.
Well, and now with this new rule where they have to step back off, I think we'll see a lot more running. But, yeah, you're right. We're not blessed with speed, but I think we're blessed with some smart base runners. Last night, watching guys taking the throw on the way to the plate and putting themselves in scoring position, Caleb Gindel is notorious for that. He's a great base runner, and surprisingly, he's sneaky fast, too.
Obviously, it has changed with these new rules at first base, and it's a learning curve. And what you're seeing, I'm sure, is the same thing I'm seeing, is how especially left-handed pitchers are more and more going to a very short slide step and quickening their time to the plate.
Oh, absolutely. That sometimes they're not even. It doesn't appear like they're even stopping. It's just they're kind of rolling through, trying to get the ball to the plate quicker, especially when Torrance and Sanford are on first base. But yeah, you're right. There's more of a slide step, and they are mixing it up a lot more. Their deliveries to the plate.
About 6 weeks to go in this season, 6.5 weeks to go. Still holding out the hopes for getting to the postseason and extending it a little bit. But take us through what the plans are for the off season. To just try and schedule some things for the fall, or are you going to get the ball rolling just for next April?
No, at the end of the season, after we win the championship, I will. We have some showcases and tournaments that we're looking at bringing in here. We have a couple more meetings this week. We're looking at a location that we're going to be able to do some winter things here in the off season. So it's going to be a pretty heated off season with not only the team but getting our 2020 programs in line.
Well, Troy, thanks a lot. Hopefully you get some traffic past you tonight. Hasn't been so much here the last couple of days, but have some traffic out there tonight. Enjoy the game, and good luck, and we'll see what happens this weekend.
Thanks, Dave. God bless.
Troy Steffi joining me tonight on the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. I'll be back with the starting lineups for tonight's game in just a moment on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
Hi, Adam Gockenauer back with you again to tell you about some of the great offers we have for you all season long. Stop in every day to register for a team-signed Barnstormers jersey. No purchase necessary. One lucky winner will win this very special jersey at the end of the season. Did you know we also have the best deals on the full line of Weber gas grills? Hey, mention this ad and receive free delivery on every Weber grill you purchase during the season. The best brands at the best prices. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
Welcome back from TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey. An absolutely spectacular evening here for the rubber game of this three-game series. The Barnstormers with Connor Overton on the mound. Zach Dodson, a brand new right-hander, will be going for the Somerset Patriots here tonight. Here are the starting lineups for the Barnstormers. It will be Caleb Gindel back in the leadoff spot. He will be in right field. The third baseman batting number 2 is Joey Tardoslavich. Andrew Applin will bat third. He has left field duties. Destin Hood is the designated hitter. He is in the cleanup slot. Casey Hobson will bat fifth and play first base. The shortstop hitting sixth is Michael Martinez. Gift and Gope, who has homered in each of the first two games of this series, is batting seventh. He is at second base. The catcher Parker Morin is batting eighth. Devon Torrance is in center field. He is batting in the number 9 slot. Overton on the hill. His debut in the Atlantic League was very strong. He worked 6 innings against the Long Island Ducks on Friday, giving up just 4 hits and a run, and was not involved in a decision in a ball game that the Ducks rallied to win by a final score of 4-2. For Somerset tonight, Craig Massey, who had the tying base hit in the 9th inning yesterday, will lead off and play second base. Justin Pacioli, who ended up scoring the winning run in the bottom of the 10th after being placed at second to start the inning, is batting second. He is in left field. Will Kenger will make a start in right field tonight. He will bat third. The cleanup hitter is the guy who's rapidly become a fan favorite, not to mention a Blue Ridge 11 favorite, Edwin Espinal. He's the cleanup hitter. Michael Ullman will bat fifth as the DH. The third baseman hitting sixth is Ray Navarro. Alfredo Rodriguez, who drove in the decisive run in the bottom of the 10th with a sac fly in yesterday's ball game, is batting seventh, playing shortstop. Former Barnstormer Michael Kraus is in center field batting eighth. Jovan Gonzalez will be doing the catching. He is batting ninth for the Patriots here tonight. On the hill is left-hander Zach Dodson, a 29-year-old from San Antonio, making his Atlantic League debut. He was with the Winnipeg Goldeyes in the American Association for a while this year. The guy was in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization for 7 years and spent 3 years in Mexico before going north of the border for 2019. The left-hander making the start tonight for the Patriots. The rubber game of a 3-game series. It's on to York, and pretty much a do-or-die weekend for the Lancaster Barnstormers. After tonight's contest, the Barnstormers trying to win this series against the Patriots, which stands even at 1 game each. We'll be back with the play-by-play baseball coming your way next from TD Bank Park right after this.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. LocalFlavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
LocalFlavor.com. Local Flavor. Come on, everybody! LocalFlavor.com. Local Flavor. LocalFlavor.com. Local Flavor.
A spectacular night for baseball at TD Bank Park in Bridgewater, New Jersey. The Lancaster Barnstormers wrapping up a 3-game series against the Somerset Patriots. The Barnstormers played brilliantly here on Tuesday night. They won 7-1. They banged out 6 runs on 6 hits the final 3 innings, including a 2-run home run by Gift and Gope and a solo shot by Joe Turdoslavich. Turdoslavich 5 for 5 in the opener of the series, the first Barnstormer to collect 5 hits in a game since opening weekend of last year when Rico Noel went 5 for 5 against the York Revolution. Yesterday, the Barnstormers broke out to a 3-1 lead through the first 4 innings behind Jonathan Albaladejo. Albaladejo giving the Barnstormers yet another quality start, his 8th, or the team's 8th, I should say, in the last 11 ball games. But the Barnstormers did not do much after the 4th inning. They had 7 hits in the first 4 innings. The 7th hit was a solo home run by Ngope. Lancaster did have an opportunity in the 8th inning. Destin Hood was thrown out at the plate by the center fielder Kraus, trying to score on a single to center by Anderson De La Rosa. That occurred in the 8th inning. The Patriots tied it with 2 outs in the 9th, and then both clubs, with the Gift runner in the 10th inning, had the bases loaded with 1 out, and then there was an enormous difference in the way the innings went. Luis Cruz got Destin Hood to ground into a double play, 4-6-3, and on the flip side, Alfredo Rodriguez got the ball in the air to center fielder Darian Sanford, and it was good enough for a sacrifice fly, although not without controversy. There are many on the Barnstormers side who feel that De La Rosa was able to tag out Pacioli as he came in to score. That's not the way the ruling went, and it's a judgment call. We don't have replay in the Atlantic League. There's nothing you can do about it. The Barnstormers ended up losing 4-3 in 10 innings in Game 2 of the series. Well, the Barnstormers are 12-19 in the second half at the start of play tonight. Somerset is 12-20. The Patriots find themselves trailing in the wild card race. The Barnstormers, of course, have to win the second half in order to get to the playoffs. 7.5 games, the gap at the start of play today. Now, down to the field, here's God Bless America.
Please remain standing. Performing our national anthem, please welcome Jorge Rivera and the Parents Organization of Elizabeth for Children with Autism.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched
Jorge Rivera and our national
Nicely
anthem.
done at TD Bank Park here this evening. The Somerset Patriots with left-hander Zach Dodson on the hill. Dodson is 29 years of age from San Antonio, Texas, 6'2" and 190 pounds. He was Pittsburgh's fourth-round pick back in 2009, signed out of high school. He spent 7 years in the Pirates organization, peaking with the AA Altoona Curve. He was 7-10 for the Curve back in 2015. He spent the last 3 seasons predominantly in the Mexican League. Then this year signed with the Winnipeg Goldeyes of the American Association, but he struggled pitching for Winnipeg. He worked 7 appearances covering 6 2/3 innings and allowed 18 hits and 13 runs all earned. He walked 2, and Dodson struck out 4. Now it's interesting because he is a left-hander who throws from that 3/4 angle, which is so effective very often here in Somerset. We have seen that from Brian Adams all the way through the Rick Teasleys of the world. We'll see how the Barnstormers fare against Dodson here this evening. He will be backed up by Ray Navarro at third. The shortstop is Alfredo Rodriguez. Craig Massey is at second. Edwin Espinal at first. The outfield has Justin Pacioli in left. Michael Krause is in center. Will Kenger is the right fielder tonight for Brett Jody's ball club. The catcher is Jovan Gonzalez with Zach Dodson on the hill. Mil Chittum will be calling balls and strikes here this evening. Frank Irilli is the first base umpire. Thomas Gandolfo has the calls over at third. Again, it is a lovely night, but it is a bit unusual for the summertime. The wind is blowing in from center field tonight at TD Bank Park. The prevailing direction here is from right across the left, and you won't see that tonight. Hitters are going to have a little trouble getting the ball to carry. It's 3:15 down the right field line, 3:17 to left, and 4:02 to straightaway center. Caleb Gindel leading off. Gindel has slid to 288. He has 14 home runs and 69 runs batted in on the season. He lost his 10-game hitting streak, going 0 for 4 here Tuesday night. And for the first time all year, he entirely sat out a game last night. No balls and a strike as Dodson reaches the outside corner with his first pitch. Here's the windup. The left-hander brings it home, and it skips to the plate. Ball 1, strike 1. The automated balls and strikes was not in use here last night. We had to the league rather had to use the home plate umpire actually to make those calls. Here's the 1-1 to Gindel. Ground ball, second base. Handled easily by Massey. He will flip on. Gindel retired, and there's one out. It was used here yesterday. The rest of the league was out last night, but it is restored for play here this evening. So the electronics are making the ball strike calls. Joe Terdoslavich comes to the plate. Joe was cooled off a bit yesterday, just 1 for 5 in the day game after going 5 for 5, 3 singles, a double, and a home run in the series opener here on Tuesday. 309 for the year with a club leading 17 home runs. Terdoslavich has driven in 58 on the season. Dodson to the plate, and the ball is lined into right field, a base hit. Terdoslavich successfully going with the pitch, and he's a one-out base runner. Now 7 for 11 in the series for Terdoslavich. And the left-handed batting left fielder, Andrew Applin, will come to the plate. Applin has had a single base hit in each of the last 3 games, rebuilding a hitting streak. He has batted safely overall in 22 out of the last 23 ball games. Terdoslavich aboard at first base as Applin stands in. Here's the pitch from the southpaw Dodson. It's across for a strike, 0-1. Terdoslavich started the night 5th in the league in batting. He's got a ways to go before he can climb above that, but heading certainly in the right direction. To Applin, 0-1. That is inside and low from the left-hander Dodson. A ball and a strike. Jonathan Galvez, Will Kenger from this ball club, Alejandro De Aza, who will drop off, are ahead of Terdoslavich, and the league leader is Isaias Tejeda. Line drive to center field. Applin aboard with a base hit. Terdoslavich coasts into second. The ball dropped for a second by Kraus. Terdoslavich wanders a step or two away from the bag at second and holds on. First and second with one out. The Barnstormers getting their licks in early against Dodson. Now here is Destin Hood, the designated hitter, the man the Barnstormers count on to drive in runs. And despite not getting it done in the 10th inning yesterday, he has been. He has 21 runs batted in his last 20 ball games. That's 21 runs batted in his last 17 starts. 245 the average with 6 home runs and overall 23 driven in. The first pitch from Dodson, a strike. It is 0-1. The league leader in batting average, Isaias Tejeda from the York Revolution. He is at 351. Hood bats 0-1. Terdoslavich, the runner at second. Applin behind him at first. The left-hander to the set. The pitch fouled right into the screen. Hood trails at 0-2. Casey Hobson, the left-handed batting first baseman, waits in the on-deck circle. Applin now is hit safely in 23 of 24. It's amazing consistency. I refer to the stretch as an Applin a day, and that's pretty much been the way it is. 1 or 2 hits. No real explosive ball games for Andrew, but he always finds a way to make a contribution. And here in the first inning, it's been trying to build an uprising. Runners lead off first and second. Hood batting at 0-2. The target set by Jovan Gonzalez. Zach Dodson peering in, has the signal. A glance back to Terdoslavich, and the pitch. Hood goes chasing a swing and a miss. Oh, he goes down on strikes, and it's up to Casey Hobson here in the first inning. Casey at 209 with 14 home runs, 53 runs batted in. It has been a rough go for Hobson since the All-Star break. He is only 12 out of 93, batting 129 in that stretch. But the good news right now is that he's facing a left-hander. He's done all right against lefties in that stretch. He had an RBI double in the second inning against the left-handed starter David Holmberg yesterday. The pitch from Dodson is low. Casey with the edge at 1-0. Switch hitting shortstop Michael Martinez is due next. Terdoslavich still at second. Applin, the runner, at first base with 2 outs now in the top half of inning 1. Barnstormers have been getting their base hits in this series. They've had 11 each of the first 2 games. 1 ball and no strikes, and the breaking ball hangs up inside to KC, 2-0. Dodson had allowed 18 hits in 6 2/3 innings in the American Association. Pitching for Rick Forney and crew out in Winnipeg. 2 balls and nothing. Ball 3 is low. The name Rick Forney probably doesn't mean much to our listenership, but it certainly means a lot in my previous stomping grounds. With the Bowie Bay Sox, he was a starter for Bowie in '94 through a perfect game in the second game of a doubleheader at Trenton. And he is from Annapolis, so he's local. 3 balls and no strikes to KC. Does he have the green light? We'll never know. Ball 4 is outside. Martinez will bat with the bases loaded here in the first inning. That was a special moment, but it was a 7-inning second game of a doubleheader. And I don't recall that many folks were still around to see it. The 7th inning, he labored through a smash, just foul, a ball caught on the warning track, but a tremendous moment for that franchise, which was only in its second year, and is certainly for Forney in particular. 2 outs with the bases full. Michael Martinez will look at a ball inside. 1-0. Michael hitting .258 with 5 home runs, 31 driven in, 1 out of 6 with the bases loaded. Terdoslavich at third, Applin at second, Hobson aboard at first. 1 ball, no strikes. The left-hander Dodson ready to go. He'll deliver. It's fouled back into the net. Martinez bats at 1-1. Nice opportunity for the Barnstormers here in the first inning as they look to cash in on it. Barnstormers had 4 hits yesterday with runners in scoring position, but only 2 actually drove in runs. One of them was a bunt single. Here comes the 1-1. Martinez swings away and lifts a high fly ball right center. Galloping over is Kraus. He will make the catch. The Barnstormers do everything but score here in the top half of the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The club leaves 3, and at the end of a half inning, it is Lancaster nothing. Somerset is coming up.
Also by Camden Storm.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers are crafted for those who were made for the city. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
For the Barnstormers tonight, it is right-hander Connor Overton, who was marvelous against the Long Island Ducks last Friday. 4 hits and a run in 6 innings. The run came in the first. He walked 1, struck out 3. One of the 8 quality starts for the Barnstormers over the last 11 games, including both in this series. John Anderson, fantastic Tuesday night. Jonathan Albaladejo, very solid yesterday. First pitch strike, and on left-handed batting second baseman Craig Massey. It is 0-1. Massey just at .226 after winning the batting title last year. He's hit 3 home runs, and he has knocked in 26. The right-hander from Richmond, Virginia, delivers low. Parker Morin has it elude him for a split second. Ball 1 and a strike. Defensively for Lancaster tonight, Joe Turdoslavich at third. Michael Martinez, the shortstop. Gift and Gope at second. Casey Hobson at first. Andrew Applin, Devon Torrance, and Caleb Gindel, the outfield from left to right. To Massey, a foul ball back to the screen. It's 1-2. Morin doing the catching, working with Overton, a 26-year-old. He is 6 feet tall. Earlier this year, he was pitching in his hometown of Richmond, Virginia, where he went 3-0 with a 3.62 ERA and 14 relief appearances for the San Francisco Giants Double-A team, the Flying Squirrels. 1-2, upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count on Massey. Justin Pacioli is on deck. And then Will Kenger. Left-handed batter followed by a right and then another left. 2-2 on Massey. The infield pulled around slightly. He fouls another back into the net. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Barnstormers unable to produce a run in the top of the inning. 2 singles, a walk, and a fly ball by Michael Martinez that certainly would have been deep enough to get a man home had it not come with 2 outs. Here's a 2-2 breaking ball, swing and a miss. Massey succumbs. Overton off to a nice start tonight. 1 away. Justin Pacioli will step in. The left fielder batting .288 with a home run and 15 runs batted in. A guy that I like to describe as a vintage Brett Jody type ball player. It's just so fundamentally sound, runs the bases well. 1 out, bases clear. Pacioli stands in. Overton fires inside to him, a ball, 1-0. Pacioli is reasonably local. He's not right from here. He's from Easton. which is drivable. Strike at the top of the zone. It is 1-1 to Pacioli. If you've ever made the trip from Lancaster to Somerset, you know you come through Easton on Interstate 78. It's about a 45-minute drive from Easton to here. Swinging a foul ball back, Pacioli will remain alive at a ball and 2 strikes. A guy who played only 1/2 season in a major league organization, Pacioli. One and 2. Here's the wind. Overton to the plate. This is fouled over my head. A ball and 2 strikes. And we have not been to Somerset since Mark Schwartz became internationally known for making that catch and, as he proclaimed, being proud of himself. I could get one in here, too. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Overton delivers, and that's fouled deep down the right field line. And I have had one come in here over the years. 1 and 2. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom half of the first inning. Terdoslavich and Applin singled. Hobson walked in the top of the frame. The pitch popped up on the left side. Calling for it, Terdoslavich. He's up toward the pitcher's mound. He'll make the catch. Pacioli retired for the second out. Here is Will Kenger, who starts the night batting .322. A dozen home runs for him and 55 runs batted in. Guy, you can put him at first base, third base, corners in the outfield. Great signing for John Hunton and Brett Jody during the winter. He's been here all year, coming out of the Frontier League. He's had a terrific season. First pitch, darted to the inside corner. Overton gets ahead 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on board here in the bottom of the first inning. Sunlight still visible up the outfield signs, especially in center. Roller on the right side. That'll be handled by Hobson. He'll feed Overton. They convert it 3-1. Connor Overton retiring the side in order in the bottom half of the first inning. And at the end of 1 from TD Bank Park, there is no score.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
Gifton Gope, Parker Morin, and Devon Torrance scheduled for the Barnstormers in the top of the second inning against Zach Dodson, who had to tiptoe through the first. The 3-pitch strikeout of Destin Hood was ultimately the key to him getting out of the inning. Here is Ngope. Gift has had an unusual start to his time with the Barnstormers in that he has 8 hits in 27 at-bats. 1 sac fly. He's been retired 20 times. 13 of those have been on strike, so he's batting .571 with power when he has put the ball in play. outside and low, ball 1 and no strikes. And the home run he hit here on Tuesday night was very impressive to left center field. He hit that one a ways. Delivery, a swing and a foul tip. 1-1 against Dodson. And Gope moving over to second base with Michael Martinez back in the lineup. The Barnstormers certainly have options in the infield. Melvin Mercedes, a guy you can move around. He's played second, short, and third, all for the Barnstormers. Off-speed pitch is away, and it's now 2 balls and a strike on Ngope, who is 3 for 7 with 2 home runs in this series. The motion and the delivery, swing and a miss over the top. And Ngope batting 2-2. Parker Morin is due next, and then Devon Torrance. The field, except for far deep right center, is completely in shadow at the moment. And Ngope with a swing and a miss. That is the second for Dodson. And with 1 out, catcher Parker Morin will come to the plate. Morin hitting .258. He has 3 home runs. He has driven in 14.
Now batting, the catcher, number 8, Parker Morin.
The last place where the sun will be visible here is against the signs in right center field. And there is some glare. Hitters have told me over the years it's part of the reason left-handers succeed so well in this ballpark. The pitch to Morin, a strike on the inside corner at the knees. It is 0-1. And they always seem to have a few in the rotation. 0-1. Morin with a swing and a miss. He is down 2 strikes now. Against Dodson, Devon Torrance, switch hitting center fielder, waits on deck. Devon is in the lineup just about every day now. There was one game here on Tuesday where Applin played center in between Trdoslavich and Gindel. Chopper towards second, charging the play Massey. He's got the short flip throw. He gets Morin. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Devon will step in. Torrance has slipped to .221. He has a pair of home runs. He has knocked in 21 on the season. Torrance hit his second home run against New Britain. And since then, he is just 1 for 28. He has really gone into a slide. And sometimes when guys aren't home run hitters, that will happen. 2 outs, nobody on base. And Devon will take a pitch low. It is ball 1, no strikes. Caleb Gindel waiting on deck. No score, top of the second inning tonight here at Somerset. 1-0. Torrance grounds it foul off the fencing in front of the Somerset dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. As he had been, up until that home run, on a torrid pace. He had become arguably the hottest hitter, or one of the top 2 or 3 anyhow, on the ball club. 1-1 pitch. That is lined back off of Dodson. He's able to knock it down toward first base and shovel off to Espinal. That will end the inning. Tough break for Devon Torrance. If the ball gets past Dodson, he's on base. If it deflects in any other direction, he's on base. But instead, he ends up a 1-3 out. That'll do it for the Barnstormers in the second inning. Through 1.5, it is no score here at Somerset. Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible?
LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with Pick Games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any Pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play Pick Games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Different coaching alignment on the bases for the Patriots here this evening. They have Mike Francoso coaching third. He joined the coaching staff earlier in the year. He's also a player, part-time utility guy. And Glenn Barker, who's been the hitting coach and third base coach with the Patriots for a few seasons now, has switched. He is now at first base. And when Espinal steps into the batter's box, 259 hitter is Espinal with 4 home runs and 40 driven in. First pitch in for a strike from Connor Overton, who is clean so far tonight. No balls and 1 strike to Espinal, who has 2 of his 4 home runs against the Barnstormers. They like Clipper Magazine Stadium. Not a lot of base hits, a few singles here and there. Outside and low for a ball, it's 1-1. In the current series, he's 0 for 9. Overton back to work at 1-1. The pitch is wrapped foul past Francoso and off the corner of the Barnstormers dugout, and it had enough on it to go all the way out to Applin in left field. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Splendid evening at TD Bank Park. Barnstormers head to York for the weekend, so make the trip across the Susquehanna and enjoy Barnstormers baseball. Swing and a miss. Espinal chases a breaking ball away. Second strikeout for Overton. He'll face Michael Ullman, the designated hitter coming in. 282 for Ullman with 9 home runs and 50 runs batted in. And then a 7-game homestand starting on Monday. As you know, time's running out on the season. We've got roughly a quarter of the season to go and less than a quarter of the home schedule. So starting Monday is 7 chances to come out and catch the Barnstormers. High Point comes in for 4, and then Sugarland for 3. Now the Barnstormers certainly can have an effect on the Liberty Division race, taking on High Point for 4. The Rockers currently in first place, but only by 1/2 game over the Long Island Ducks. Ducks swept a pair from the York Revolution yesterday, and York's lead over Sugarland in the Freedom Division is fairly small. The delivery from Overton misses, and it's a ball and a strike to Ullman. The Barnstormers have no chance at a wild card. I looked at it today. They're 18 games out. And that is an unbelievable amount to catch up. And they've got to pass 2 or 3 teams to do it. Grounded foul. Ullman at a ball and 2 strikes against Overton. Winning the second half is still within reach for this Barnstormers ball club. But I would estimate that they have to go at minimum 28-11 the rest of the way, unless every other team in this division simply collapses. Ball 2 is low, 2-2, and specifically Sugarland and York, who have the 2 best records in the league in the second half. Ullman batting 2-2, 1 out, nobody on. Overton's been brilliant so far. Right-hander who has pitched in 3 different major league organizations since being drafted out of Old Dominion by the Miami Marlins. We mentioned earlier this year, and realistically on and off for the past 4 years, he had been with the San Francisco Giants. In between, he was with the Washington Nationals for a short period of time and got to AAA. 3-2 to Ullman with one out and the bases empty. Overton ready to bring it home, and this is chopped toward third, foul. Backhanded play by Trdoslovic across the line. The full count will hold, 3-2. No score, lower half of the second inning from TD Bank Park. And my goodness, I believe we have our technical issues squared away. If you're tuned in, just shoot me a quick Facebook message to let me know everything is going well. It's been a frustrating several days. Lined out to right center field. Over on it is Gindel for what's fairly easy. 2 outs, and Ray Navarro will step in. Switch hitting third baseman. Batting .249. He has 3 home runs. He has driven in 16. Five in a row, set down by Overton. That was the first ball hit with any steam on it. But all Gindel had to do, since he was cheating in that direction, was glide over 4 or 5 steps to make the catch. Now here is Navarro. Overton delivers. It's sliced foul. Well out of play down the left field line. Up to their picnic area. No balls and a strike to Navarro. Patriots have won 9 of 16 against the Barnstormers this year. Lancaster has not won a season series against Somerset since 2012. Down and into Navarro. It is a ball and a strike to him. And they beat up on the Patriots in 12. It was Sparky Lyles last year. The Patriots simply did not have a good season, and the Barnstormers had the best regular season in franchise history. Navarro with a foul away. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Tonight we are scoreless. Barnstormers had some clutch hits in the second inning yesterday, but after that, not really. 1-2. Navarro, ground ball down the first base line, foul. Nice play by Hobson, but for naught. Still 1-2. Good, relaxing night here in central New Jersey. Over the weekend, we'll have all the atmosphere of Peoples Bank Park in York. And do come on over. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Navarro. The motion by Overton, the pitch, and this is hit to right center field as well. On for this one comes Gindel. Again, a fairly easy play, and the Barnstormers set down the Somerset Patriots in order again in the second inning. Through 2, we're still scoreless in Bridgewater.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel, your go-to motor coach bus company. Supplying your motor coach needs from day trips to multi-day excursions. Trips to New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and all points in between. We can provide you with an itinerary or fulfill all your trip's transportation needs. Providing casino trips monthly. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call at 717-269-3124.
There's a new force in town. Know any young baseball fans? Make sure they're a part of the Storm Force Kids Club presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids receive 12 field box tickets. To go with the tickets, the Storm Force members will get a backpack, a t-shirt, an invitation to Silo's birthday party, and a chance to meet Barnstormer players over a bowl of ice cream, plus a lot more. What's better than that? Sign up at LancasterBarnstormers.com or stop by the stadium to get those kids involved.
Here's Caleb Gindel starting off the Lancaster half of the third inning. Gindel grounded out back in the first. He went down 4-3. He was 0 for 4 in the series opener, losing a 10-game streak. The pitch from the left-hander Dodson is outside. It is ball 1-0. No score here in the third. Lancaster had an opportunity back in the first inning, but again, it's a lot harder to score when you don't get the first guy on. Gindel was retired on the ground ball. Now he's at 2-0. Dodson delivering for a second straight time in the same neighborhood. 2-0. Terdoslavich and Applin will follow. Dodson misses low. It's 3-0. Walks were not the issue when he was with Winnipeg. Base hits were, but tonight he's only given up 2 in 2 innings. The glare has gone away. 3 balls, no strikes. Leading off the top of the third inning, the pitch is a strike at the top of the inside corner. 3-1. Gindel looking to reach base to start the inning. The 3-1 offering, bouncer toward the middle. There is the second baseman, Massey. Good play, spins, throws, and doesn't get him. Didn't get enough on the throw. And Gindel safe at first on an infield base hit.
The Bellick family has provided our community with delicious, locally grown, farm fresh fruits and veggies.
We've seen Gindel, who is not 100%. And that was the reason he sat yesterday. They wanted to give him a rest, a complete rest for the first time this year. He's a bit banged up, but hustling down the line, and it paid off there. Massey does not have a great arm, and he made a very good play up the middle, but just did not get enough on the throw. He hung it to first base. Gindel beats it there. And now here is Terdoslavich looking at a fastball for a strike. It is 0-1. Lancaster with hit number 3 off Dodson. This time the leadoff man is on. Terdoslavich with a base hit into right on the first pitch he saw, I believe, back in the first inning. Now at 0-1. Dodson will work to the plate, and Terdoslavich takes low. Ball 1, strike 1. Top 3 in the Barnstormers batting order. 3 really difficult hitters to retire in Gindel, Terdoslavich, and Applin. Terdoslavich drives this down the right field line, but it's going to slice foul. Hooked beyond the Somerset bullpen. 1-2 to Joe. Mention how he is 5th in the league in batting at the start of the night tonight. Applin, if he had enough plate appearances, would be in the top 10. Gindel has hovered around 300 for the bulk of the season. We mentioned he had the 10-game hitting streak, but he was getting the hits one at a time. He really didn't build the average up too much during that streak. Dodson steps off and bluffs a throw to first base. Terdoslavich bats at 1-2 here with Applin to follow. The 1-2 is lined to right. Angling over is Kenger. He was playing correctly. And Terdoslavich hits the ball hard again, but he lines out. Gindel at first base with 1 down. And Andrew Applin will come to the plate. Applin singled up the middle back in the first inning. Terdoslavich, second straight plate appearance, driving the ball to right field. But Kenger just glided toward the line a few steps and was able to make the play. Applin bats with Hood on deck. Again, the wind tonight is blowing in. That will help the pitcher's cause. Inside, throw down to first base by the catcher. Gonzalez is not close. 1-0, the count to Andrew with Hood waiting on deck. No score here in the third inning. The Barnstormers have had all the base runners to this point in the game. Applin awaits the 1-0 and gets ball 2 below the knees. 2-0 as you hear a train whistle in the background. The station is right behind the outfield wall here. Gendel, short lead off first, being held by Espinal. The delivery, Applin gets ball 3. And a chance for the Barnstormers to get a second base runner on. Three and 0. Applin played largely straight away, perhaps slightly to the opposite field by the outfielders. And he will get ball 4. Always wise to check and make sure. There is that slight delay with the automated balls and strike system. Second walk given up by Dodson. Hobson had the other. And for the Barnstormers, runners at first and second with 1 out for the second time in the game. Destin Hood will bat under those circumstances. He went down swinging back in the first inning. He gets a second look at Zach Dodson. Hood is batting .234 with runners in scoring position. First and second with 1 out. The left-hander to the plate, and that's punched foul down the right side into the seats. Destin down a strike. It's 0-1. He also splinters his bat on that. The contact proved lethal for the bat, not the at-bat. 0-1 to Destin Hood with Casey Hobson waiting on deck. Barnstormers left 9 runners on base yesterday. It somehow seemed to be more than that. And 7 in the series opener. The Barnstormers took advantage of the opportunities to score, very much so, here on Tuesday night. From the 7th inning on, they were terrific. Gendel leads off second. Applin off first base. Hood up there, no balls and a strike, and he grounds a foul past third. 5 pitches to him from Zach Dodson and 5 strikes. Hood again finds himself in the hole, 0-2. Destin is, as I'm sure you have seen, a very aggressive hitter. You can reap a lot of rewards from that aggression. Here's the 0-2. Bouncer left side, off the glove of the third baseman Navarro. It only manages to slow it down. Gendel will come around to score, and the Barnstormers go up 1-0 on a Hood single. Navarro, the third baseman, going to his left, dove for the ball, deflected it. Alfredo Rodriguez backing up almost got to it. But ultimately, it just served to slow the ball down and give Justin Pacioli no chance whatsoever to make a throw home and get Gendel. Well, the Barnstormers with the run on the board. Hood knocks in his 24th run of the season. And here is Casey Hobson with men at first and second and 1 out. Hobson drew a walk back in the first inning. Never saw a strike in that plate appearance. 1-0 Barnstormers. The left-hander to the plate, and it is outside from Dodson, ball 1-0. The only hard-hit fair ball of the inning was Terdoslavic's liner to right. Gendel and Hood with softer base hits, finding the right spots. Hobson finally sees a strike tonight. It's on the outside corner as the count goes to 1-1. Applin leading off second, Hood off first. Andrew Applin 9 for 12, stealing bases. He was caught on a bizarre play yesterday. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch. Dodson gains the advantage at 1-2. Originally, Applin was given safety, saying that he had been obstructed in a rundown. And then Brett Jody came out, argued, the call was overturned, and ended up in Somerset's favor. 1-2 offering. Outside and low to Hobson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out in the inning. Lancaster has grabbed the lead, which, if you've been following this year, doesn't seem to mean as much as it has in the past. Here's a 2-2 offering, bounded foul. In the past, the Barnstormers would win 70 to 75% of their games if they scored the first run. This year, they're under 500. And it's largely been that tendency to score and then give runs back right away. Yesterday, they scored 2 in the first inning, or in the second rather, gave up 1 in the third, scored in the fourth, gave up 1 in the fifth, and it stayed 3-2 all the way until they needed just 1 more out. Hobson with a missile foul down the right field line. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to KC. Well, he has been in this slump. He has done that a lot. He is pulling things foul down the right field line. It's to some degree reminiscent of Tyler Bortnick last year, when he hit so many balls hard foul down the third base line that if you had widened the field by about a 5-degree angle, Bortnick might have hit 250 and slugged over 500. KC will step away for a moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Runners at first and second. It has become a long inning for left-hander Zach Dodson. Here's a 2-2. Low. Good take by Hobson. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ross Peoples coaching third. He has certainly the option to start the runners. It can be a dangerous ploy. Hobson awaiting the payoff. The lead man does go, but it's grounded to the shortstop. Rodriguez will take it to second himself, throw to first, and that is just in time for the double play on Hobson, ending the inning. Applin took off, Hood stayed home, and Hobson grounds into the 6-3 double play, and Rodriguez just, and I mean just, got that throw there in time. Lancaster takes the lead, 1 run on 2 hits with no errors. They leave 1, and through 2.5 innings, the Barnstormers now have taken a 1-0 lead.
And give him a chance to sit in those chairs, get him some fun.
This is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team too, through training, preparing, and working together like a team. When an emergency occurs, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. Maybe it's time you stepped up to bat and offered to hit a home run for your community. Go to becomeafirefighter.org and sign up. You won't regret taking a swing for the fences. Join the fire service team.
Everything well underway now in the Atlantic League tonight. High Point's up 4-2 at New Britain. Play is in the top of the 5th inning. Sugarland has turned around an early 3-0 deficit to take a 5-4 lead over Southern Maryland, bottom of the 4th inning. Long Island owns an 8-0 lead over York in the bottom half of the 4th inning. All of a sudden, York has hit the skids a bit. And that gives more than any other team in the league the Somerset Patriots some hope. And I'll explain that here in a moment. Breaking ball is outside for ball one to Alfredo Rodriguez, 266 hitter with 2 home runs. If York stumbles and Sugar Land wins the second half, then Somerset could catch up in the wild card race. Lined out toward right center, galloping over is Devon Torrance. He's there for the catch. 7 in a row, set down by Overton. Michael Kraus, the center fielder, will come to the plate. More than any other team, Somerset would benefit from York falling apart. Now, if York and Sugar Land both fall apart and Southern Maryland should, say, win the division, or the Barnstormers come back and win the division, well, that doesn't help the Patriots at all. They're going to have to take care of business probably themselves. Popped up foul, out of play. 1 strike on Kraus.
Report to customer service, Drew Roach. Please go to customer service. Thank you.
But among the teams that have not, to this point, qualified for the playoffs, High Point leads the wild card chase. There's a strike to Kraus. It's 0-2. At 59 and 45, York is 3.5 back, and Somerset is 4 back. 0-2, breaking ball, not close enough to tantalize Michael Kraus. Ball 1 and 2 strikes. Kraus, I'm sure you're aware, does tend to strike out a bit, but he does damage when he doesn't. 243 hitter with 7 home runs. He had a great game yesterday, 3 for 4 with a home run, and he stole 2 bases. The pitch, well, he's behind on a fastball. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout for Connor Overton. Jovan Gonzalez, the catcher, coming to the plate. 246 hitter with 3 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Well, the Barnstormers have gotten some impressive starts as of late. Not all of them turned into wins. For example, yesterday, Jonathan Albaladejo, 6 hits, 2 runs, and 6 1/3 innings with 1 walk. Barnstormers didn't support him well enough. Now Gonzalez cranks a ball deep to right field. The wind's going to hold that up, and Gindel is back to make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Overton. Once again, he has put together 3 of them in a row. And at the end of 3 from TD Bank Park, the Barnstormers with a 1-0 lead.
Locally grown fruits and vegetables.
When in need of new appliances for your home, come to Gockenauer's in East Petersburg and see what buying from a hometown dealer is all about. We offer the best brands at the best prices, plus deliver, install, and service everything we sell. Don't get burned by another chain store taking your money and then going out of business. Come to the place who has been helping Leicester County for 70 years. Your hometown dealer making the best brands better. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F Sport crossovers, crafted for the new frontier. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Michael Martinez starts off the 4th inning for the Barnstormers. A run, 4 hits, no errors. 4 left for Lancaster. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for Somerset thus far. Martinez flied out to right center field. Caught by Kraus back in the 1st inning. That was with the bases loaded. Here's the delivery from left-hander Zach Dodson. It is outside, a ball, 1-0. Dodson escaped last inning. with the double play ground ball. Michael Martinez taking ball 2. It's 2-0. Dodson has been behind a lot of batters here the last 2 innings. Trailing Martinez 2-0, and Gope and Morin will follow. Dodson to the plate. Martinez fouls that off his foot, hops around. 2 balls and 1 strike. Good to see Michael back in the lineup. He returned Tuesday night. He did not play yesterday. And Gope moved back to short, and Mercedes played second here yesterday. And again, Ross has a lot of moving parts with this ball club. He can put tons of different combinations out there. 2 balls, 1 strike to Martinez. Swing and a miss over the top, and now it is 2-2 from Dodson to Michael. Four hits and 2 walks for the Barnstormers, all from the top 5 in the batting order. Slap the first. 1 crisp hop to Espinal. He'll take it himself, 3 unassisted. And with 1 down, the batter will be Gift and Gope. He struck out back in the second, 1 of 2 for Dodson in the game. Lancaster scored last inning. Infield base hit for Gindel, really a hustle base hit for Caleb. And then a 1-out walk to Applin. Destin Hood bouncing a base hit off the glove of the diving third baseman Navarro to drive in the run. Here's the delivery to Ngope. Gift takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Inside to level the count at 1 each. Defense spread out against Gift. Way inside and low. And again, Dodson behind a batter. He was 2-0 on Martinez. Now he's 2-1 on Ngope. He has survived 6 base runners in the first 3 1/3 innings, allowing just the 1 run. And Ngope lets it go and takes ball 3 down and away. Dodson on the verge of giving up yet another walk. This is his debut here in the Atlantic League. 3-1, and Ngope skies it into the twilight. Rodriguez is going to help out Navarro, and Rodriguez can't see it either. The ball lands foul. It's 3-2. We've often talked about that tough time of twilight on a sunny day, and we are at the peak of it. And Ngope with the pop-up along the third base line. Navarro was there, and he signaled pretty quickly that he couldn't see it. Rodriguez came over to help. He had a beat on it initially, and then Alfredo lost it, and they were both basically ducking. If they'd had a desk, it would have been like you were in 3rd grade back in the 60s. And the ball landed closer to Ross Peoples than anybody else. If you don't know where it is, stay in fair territory. If the ball lands foul, your pitcher gets another chance. 3-2 on Ngope, 1 out, nobody aboard. The delivery from Dodson, a swing and a miss, and Ngope has gone on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. 3 strikeouts altogether for Dodson with 2 away. Parker Morin, the catcher, will come to the plate. Morin grounded out. A bouncer, 4-3 to the second baseman Massey, his first time up. Lancaster 0 for 6 out of the bottom 4 in the lineup here tonight. Parker takes a strike. It's 0-1. Finally gets time at home plate Took Gonzalez and Dodson a while to get together. The Marlins beat the Dodgers today 13-7 despite 4 LA home runs. Breaking ball chops a piece off the inside corner. It's 0-2. That included number 40 for Cody Bellinger, number 29 for Max Muncy. No balls, 2 strikes to Morin. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dodson here in the 4th inning. 4 altogether, nothing across in the Lancaster 4th. Through 3.5, still 1-0 Barnstormers.
Aaron Wallace, you're going home with a luxury suite.
Like craft beers? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right. Celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries and product from a local winery. Food is sold off a pub-style menu. And new for 2019, there will be a trivia contest every Saturday evening beginning at 5, hosted by Cheaters Never Prosper. So get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with the Barnstormers game.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel. If you want to be there, we'll get you there. New York, Washington, D.C. We service all casinos, day trips, or multi-day excursions. Lebanon's #1 tour bus company, providing monthly casino trips. Sands of Bethlehem, Resort of Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun of Pocono Downs. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call, 717-269-3124.
Continuing with our look at the out-of-town scores, the Seattle Mariners victorious earlier today, 7-2 at Detroit. Cubs with a 2-0 lead at the Phillies tonight. Play is in the top of the 4th inning. Big wild card game there. Anthony Rizzo with his 22nd home run of the year. Cleveland is beating up on the Yankees. The Indians 9 runs on the board the first 2 innings at Yankee Stadium to lead 9-1. First pitch is rolled on the right side and a base hit for Massey to start off the 4th inning. First base runner against Connor Overton. The Patriots get a second look at the new Barnstormers right-hander. Justin Pacioli will step in. Pacioli popped up back in the 1st inning. Reds and the Cardinals scoreless. They have gone to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The New York Mets lead the Atlanta Braves 4-0, top half of the 2nd. The Mets have gotten themselves into the playoff chase. Twins and the Rangers just underway in Arlington. San Francisco is at Arizona tonight. Houston at Oakland, and the White Sox visit the Angels. The delivery to Pacioli, who shows bunt initially, and it's ball 1 down low, 1-0. 1-0 Barnstormers here, bottom of the 4th inning, but Massey, who has 19 steals in 24 trips, is already aboard. Pacioli could bunt. You could see Massey take off. Glenn Barker guiding him over at first base. 1-0. Again, Pacioli shows bunt, this time taking ball 2 upstairs. It's 2-0. Infield set at double play depth. Whether or not that chance ever presents itself is left to the imagination. 2 balls and no strikes. Pacioli swings away and fouls it back. 2-1. Historically, the runners count, but I'm not even sure that holds true anymore. If you're like me, your entire concept of baseball has been thrown upside down, and it's not just the new rules in the Atlantic League, it's just the way the game has gone over the last several years. All of the truisms, so-called truisms, that my generation grew up with. There goes Massey. The ball line fouled on the right side by Pacioli. It is 2-2. They seem to have gone by the wayside. Even more so at the major league level. Pacioli at 2 balls and 2 strikes as Massey takes a casual walk back to first base. Tomorrow night we'll be in cyberspace, joining you from Peoples Bank Park at 6:15. The Barnstormers with Jared Lakend pitching tomorrow night against Duke von Schaman. Barnstormers throwing all lefties for the weekend, and York starting all right-handers. Somewhat typical of the two franchises. 2-2, Pacioli shortens the bunt, takes ball 3 down low. He did not offer at it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now, the Patriots have so many options, it's scary. Pacioli could try to bunt again. He could swing away. You could start the runner at 3-2. A lot of intrigue here in the 4th inning. Overton had retired all 9 batters that he had seen in the first 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch is bunted, popped up. Terdoslavich makes the catch. Massey was on the move, and that's what's known as a double play. 5-3. 2 quick outs for Connor Overton. That was handy. Here's Will Kenger batting with 2 outs and nobody on. They took more than one of the options that I mentioned. They did 2, and they lost in both cases. Doubleheader sweep for the Barnstormers there. A popped-up bunt, and the runner was on the move. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1 on Kenger. The only guy to have grounded out so far against Overton. Pitch inside off the mid of Morin, who got crossed up by it. Ball 1, strike 1. Barnstormers scored in the 3rd inning as Caleb Gindel raced home from second on a ground single into left off the glove of third baseman Ray Navarro. Hood's 24th run batted in as a Barnstormer. 1-1 to Kenger. That is lined to right field and a base hit. Over for it is Gindel. He will collect it and fire it back in. Kenger is on. Second hit of the inning. That bunt double play looks even bigger now. Edwin Espinal will come to the plate. Espinal, a strikeout victim, back in the 2nd inning.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 53, El Nino Espinal.
Kenger, capable of stealing. He has 11 in 14 tries. Espinal batting with 2 outs, the runner at first base, looking at a strike from Overton. It is 0-1. We've had some fun this year with some opposing players. Espinal, Sammy Hervasio, Hector Sanchez. Very animated fellas who obviously love what they do for a living. Into the dirt for a ball. Blocked by Morin. The count is 1-1. And I have yet to personally meet any of the 3. It's amazing that I haven't talked to Hervasio before because he's been in the league for so long. And he's easy to recognize. High drive to left field. Back on this is Applin. He's got room just in front of the track to haul that one in. Espinal got under it a little too much, especially on this night. And it closes out the 4th inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 1 left for the Patriots. At the end of 4, 1-0 Barnstormers.
Please stop by customer service to claim.
Remove the wrong piece and the whole structure might fall apart. No, I'm not talking about the Barnstormers lineup. I'm talking about the life-size Jenga game that is part of the Subaru Outdoor Experience down the right field line at Clipper Magazine Stadium. There's ping pong, huge dice to roll, and more. Trivia contests take place before every Saturday home game. Group bookings are available, so enjoy the games while at the game and come to the Subaru Outdoor Experience just below the Broken Bat deck.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with pick games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play pick games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Number 4, Devon Torrance.
1-0 in favor of the Barnstormers as Devon Torrance leads off here in the fifth. Torrance was, to some extent, cheated out of a base hit back in the second inning. Dodson knocked down his line drive. And again, if the ball goes anywhere else, he gets a base hit out of it, but it deflected toward first base. Dodson's momentum was going in that direction, and of course a shorter throw. A ball now is outside. 1-0 to Devon. The next delivery, high bouncer to the shortstop, played on the long hop by Rodriguez. He'll throw on to get Devon. If Torrance could have gotten that ball to bounce a second time, he probably beats it out. Rodriguez played it perfectly. One down, Caleb Gindel will be the batter, 1 out of 2 with a run scored. Lancaster 1, Somerset 0, top half of the fifth inning. Terdoslavich waiting on deck. Lancaster with 4 scattered singles in the ball game tonight, but good enough for the run. To Gindel, breaking ball, swings through the zone for a called strike. It's 0-1. You watch this, you wonder what happened to Dodson in the American Association, where there are some great players, but the rosters are nowhere near as deep as they are here in the Atlantic League. A swing and a miss by Gindel. It's 0-2. But Dodson has been very strong here tonight. Barnstormers got the left-handed starter David Holmberg yesterday for 7 hits and 3 runs in 5 innings. Dodson's been better than that. Here's the 0-2 to Gindel. That's taken for strike 3 on the inside corner. Caleb goes down looking. Strikeout number 5 for Zach Dodson. 2 outs. Joe Terdoslavich coming in. Terdoslavich has single to right and line to right. He's hit the ball hard both times and seems to have a notion against Dodson. Here he's batting with 2 outs, nobody on base. Terdoslavich has done very well against Somerset in general this year. Pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. He is 25 out of 64. That comes out to 391, I believe. With 5 home runs, he's driven in 12. Swing and a miss here. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0 Lancaster, 5th inning of baseball. Dodson has retired 6 in a row. And there have only been maybe 4 hard hit balls off of him the entire game. Terdoslavich bounces this foul over toward the Barnstormer dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tough to hit for power tonight. We have seen that with that wind blowing in and seemingly very dry air. Nothing is carried. Terdoslavich awaiting the 1-2 offering. Here's the motion and the delivery. He swings and misses, and for the second straight inning, Dodson strikes out the final 2 batters after a ground ball. And that is a total of 6 strikeouts for the lefty. Nothing across in the fifth inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 in favor of the Barnstormers.
Friedman LLP. Having 14.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers are crafted for those who were made for the city. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Michael Ullman leads off the fifth. He lined a Gendel in right field first time up and now looks at a fastball through for a called strike. Connor Overton survived a pair of base hits last inning. The bunt double play was golden. If the Patriots had not had Massey in motion on the Pacioli popped up bunt, they score in that inning. Swing and a miss. Ullman goes chasing. It's 0-2. I have to think that Massey gets to third on the Kenger single. And I have no doubt in my mind that a run scores from third base on the fly ball hit by Espinal out to Applin. I think I could have made it home. The 0-2, breaking ball, topped foul, and Ullman will see another. 3 strikeouts for Overton in the game. He allowed the 2 singles last inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's last call for
High Point now leads New Britain 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Sugar Land 6-5 over Southern Maryland through 5. And York has some runs on the board. Still a big Long Island lead 8-2 in the 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch, fastball, knocks Ullman back off the plate. Ball 1, 2 strikes. Mike Ullman, a catcher by trade, often used as a designated hitter by Brett Jody. In fact, he is not caught in this series. Gabriel Bracamonte caught the game yesterday. 1-2 on Ullman. And time called briefly here. One ball, 2 strikes. Overton to Ullman, and that is strike 3 on the outside corner. 4th strikeout for Connor. 1 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Ray Navarro stepping in. Barnstormers involved in another tight ball game. His ball club has not lost a game by more than 3 runs in a substantial amount of time. The last time they did was against Southern Maryland, 11-6 on the 26th of July. Fouled away. 1 strike on Navarro, but they've lost 10 out of their last 15, all by 3 runs or fewer. And you have to go back to July 19th before you find another loss by more than 3 runs. That was a walk-off grand slam. Obviously, they were in that game, the first game of the doubleheader against Long Island. 1 ball, 1 strike to Navarro. It's been more than anything else for this ball club a question of putting all the pieces together. And now, by and large, the Barnstormers are healthy again, which that's a good thing. Navarro holds as ball 2 is up and in. The one guy they haven't been able to keep in the lineup at all is Golson. And that's unfortunate because he was swinging the bat so well when he got hurt. 2-1 pitch. Drilled foul. Navarro yanked it around. That got into the seats down the first baseline. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hope everybody got out of the way, and it looks like they did. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lancaster ahead by a run. And a Navarro ground ball sharply hit right at Casey Hobson. He'll wave off Overton and take it himself. 2 gone here in the 5th, bringing on Alfredo Rodriguez. Rodriguez lined out to Torrance at center back in the 3rd inning. Terdoslavich will play up at the edge of the grass over at 3rd. Overton has been a terrific pickup so far for the Barnstormers. You have to like the job he has done to this point. Outside for a ball to Rodriguez, 1-0. Ball 2 missing with Michael Kraus, the center fielder, waiting on deck. You could look at so many different things this year. You could point to at least 10 different reasons the Barnstormers are where they are. High pop-up into foul ground. Morin coming back toward the screen. I better watch the bounce. It bounces back toward the net. Could have come up here, depending on exactly where it hit. But it caught the corner of a step and bounced the other way away from me. It was right on trajectory. It had no chance to get in here on the fly because it was hit very high. 2 balls and 1 strike to Alfredo Rodriguez. Ground ball and a base hit into left. Finding the hole easily. 2nd time in a row Rodriguez has hit the ball hard tonight. It'll bring on Kraus, a strikeout victim, back in the 3rd inning. Lancaster with the 1-0 lead, but a 2-out single for the 2nd straight inning against Connor Overton.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 22, Mike Kraus.
Kraus stands in, and again, the caveat, you have to be careful with Michael. He can do a lot of harm. He does strike out a lot. A swing and a miss there against what looked like a slider, 0-1. Michael Kraus is probably the closest thing this league has had to Jeremy Owens, the longtime, initially Somerset, but more known as a Southern Maryland center fielder. Very similar skill set. Kraus arguably the faster of the two. Swung on and missed again. No balls and 2 strikes. Does Morin go back to a 3rd straight low and outside slider? Rodriguez, the runner at first base. You've got to watch him. He has 13 stolen bases on the year. Runner holds the pitch. Yeah, he did go back there, but this time Kraus checks. It is ball 1, 1-2. Jeremy Owens, very similar. Ran well, hit for power, outstanding center fielder. But the sliders would get him. 1-2. Overton again goes to work on Kraus, and it's off the outside corner. Kraus taking the fastball this time, and it's 2-2. Well, what does that set up? Alfredo Rodriguez with Only a moderate lead off first, being held by Hobson there. Backing off the rubber momentarily is Overton. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Rodriguez leading off once again. The set and the pitch. The breaking ball isn't quite there. Kraus with a great take, and it's 3-2. Now we know Rodriguez is running. Now Hobson backs away from the bag. All of a sudden, an opportunity for Somerset in the fifth inning. Rodriguez coming up with the two-out base hit. Kraus has gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Overton working out of the set. Runner takes off. Bouncer to third. Played on a second short hop by Terdoslavich, who will hose down Kraus and end the inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. Nice solid play by the third baseman Terdoslavich, displaying a very strong arm once again. Overton keeps the shutout going. We're through 5. Lancaster leads 1-0.
Please turn your attention back to our video board as
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
Stormers still ahead 1-0. We go to the sixth inning. Andrew Applin leading off against Zach Dodson. Applin is perfect tonight. He is singled into center and drawn a walk. Not factoring in the run except to build it with the walk back in the third inning. Dodson has allowed 4 hits and 2 walks. He has retired 7 batters in a row. The offering is a ball inside and low, 1-0. Each of the first 5 batters has reached base at some point tonight. Inside fastball. Applin works the count to 2-0. Dodson with a total of 6 strikeouts. Overton has whiffed 4. Applin awaits the 2-0. Breaking ball he doesn't like. Good for a strike, 2-1. Tomorrow night we're coming your way from Peoples Bank Park. 6:30 the next 2 nights game time. 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Here's a 2-1. Applin leaps back out of the way. Ball 3 and a strike. And then it's home for 7. High Point and Sugar Land coming in. Well, the Barnstormers certainly have a chance to have an effect on what goes on in the Atlantic League the next week and a half. Second strike taken by Applin. It is 3-2. Dodson has fallen behind a lot of hitters, but he's been getting away with it. In the 4th inning, it was 2-0 on Martinez, 3-1 on Ngope. Now 3-1 on Applin to start this inning. Full count pitch coming. Dodson delivers inside and low. Applin walks again. It seems like the Patriots have developed somewhat of an allergy to Applin, who has now reached base 7 plate appearances in a row on 2 singles and 5 walks. Leadoff man is on here in the 6th inning. Destin Hood will come to the plate. Hood has batted the previous 2 times with runners at first and second, 1 out, and he's 1 for 2, succeeding. He struck out in the 1st inning, but singled in a run back in the 3rd. Applin is on board. Espinal holding him. Dodson to the plate, and Hood drills a foul into his own dugout. 1 hop in there, and fortunately it got the back wall and came right back out through the opening and down the steps. But man, that thing for a 1-hopper was pretty wicked. Everybody did have a chance to duck. No balls and a strike to Hood. Bluff to first base. And that's one thing a left-hander now can do, is actually bluff because he has stepped off. He doesn't have to complete the throw to first. Sort of a corollary to the new rule. Swing and a miss by Hood. The pitch getting away from Gonzalez, and on to second goes Applin on the wild pitch. The Barnstormers move the runner into scoring position, but Hood, for the 3rd straight trip, is down, no balls and 2 strikes. Applin into scoring position. 3 chances to extend the lead to 2. Hood batting with Hobson on deck and Martinez in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes to Destin, and the pitch taken low. Ball 1, 2 strikes. Dodson, who had been working in relief in Winnipeg, has thrown unofficially 84 pitches in his first start of the year, at least on this continent. One and two. Hood cranks a foul. That gets into the seats down the 3rd base line in a hurry. When you see foul balls like that, one hit by Navarro in the bottom of the 5th inning, you know why more and more teams are going to the extended nets. One ball, 2 strikes to Hood. The pitch fought off, and a soft foul ball, a gentle one that's caught in the seats down the first base line. Generally speaking, I would not want to be in the way of any ball hit by Destin Hood. One-two to the Barnstormers' designated hitter. The pitch is low and saved by Gonzalez. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hood back in the fight here. I don't see anybody throwing in the Somerset bullpen. Dodson's pitched well, but I would be thinking he's close to the end of his fuel tank, but apparently not. Hood awaiting the 2-ball, 2-strike offering. The left-hander brings it home. Ball 3 missing low. Destin is successfully laid off 3 of the last 4 pitches, fouling away the other. Lancaster up 1-0 here in the 6th. Andrew Applin, the runner at second base with nobody out. First time in the game, the Barnstormers have had a man in scoring position before the first out of an inning. In the 1st and the 3rd, they had runners at first and second with 1 out. And the ball club 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position to this point. 3-2 to Hood. Applin leads off second. He's not going, and the pitch lined into center field. Kraus will have to take it on a bounce. Applin will hold at third. He couldn't be certain. Ball sizzled by Destin Hood. For a second, I thought it was going to carry all the way to Kraus. He decoyed it well. The ball falling in front. And for the Barnstormers, runners at the corners with none down. here in the 6th inning. Casey Hobson stepping in. Hobson has walked and grounded into a double play. We'll see how Jody sets his infield here. He's going to keep them back for the double play up the middle and allow a run to score. Applin at third. Hood is on at first base. That was a traditional Destin Hood base hit. I mean, a screamer into center. Fastball is high to KC. Ball 1-0. Barnstormers with a chance they could jump on here with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Applin at third. Hood, the runner, at first base. Nobody out. Hobson looks at a breaking ball. It dances off the outside corner. It's 2-0 on KC. There was stirring a moment ago in the Somerset bullpen. And it looks like somebody may start the throw. Hobson bats 2-0. The pitch is again taken outside. Michael Martinez waiting on deck. 3-0 to Casey Hobson. A 1-run lead for Connor Overton and the Barnstormers. Hobson looks at a strike. He may have had the take sign there. It did look like he flexed for a second, though. 3-1 on the Lancaster first baseman. Hitting .219 with 4 home runs against Somerset on the year. Hood leads off first. Applin off third. Here's a 3-1. Breaking ball is low. A walk to Hobson, the second he has drawn tonight. 4 given up by Dodson. The Barnstormers have the bases loaded with nobody out for Michael Martinez. Martinez back in the first inning hit a fly ball to right center field that would have been good enough to drive in a run. Last time up he smashed out to the first baseman Espinal, and you don't want to do that here. Corners are playing up. The middle infielders are back. Anything hit to Navarro, Espinal, or Dodson will be coming to the plate. To Martinez, ground ball foul, 1 hop over the head of the lead runner Andrew Applin. No balls and 1 strike. Martinez batting with Ngope waiting on deck. A chance to blow the game open for Lancaster. Dodson working to Martinez, 0-1. The pitch, line drive out to right field. Kenger racing back, it's by him and going all the way to the wall. It looked like he was going to be able to reach out and make the catch. The Barnstormers are only able to score 1. All the runners held. It's 2-0 on the line single by Martinez. Kenger raced over. It looked like the ball just sliced away from him at the last second. It got past him, but he recovered it in a hurry, and because nobody was out in the inning, the Barnstormers were very conservative on the bases. Well, it's 2-0, and Gift Ngope steps in with the bases loaded and nobody out. Martinez driving in his 32nd run of the season. A right-hander begins to loosen up in the bullpen for Somerset. 2-0 Barnstormers. Martinez picks up the 6th Lancaster hit of the night. Here's Ngope. And the same situation. If it's hit to the corners or back to the mound, it's coming to the plate. Swing and a miss by Gift. It is no balls and a strike. He hasn't been able to pick up Dodson at all. He has swung over the top of just about everything, though he did get the count to 3-2 back in the 4th inning. Hood's at third, Hobson's at second, Martinez, the runner, at first base. Here's the 0-1 to Ngope. That knocks him back off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think it will probably allow Dodson, I would think, to stay in through Parker Morin. A left-on-left matchup. And Ngope batting at a ball and a strike. Again, the Barnstormers with a chance to blow the game out of the water here. Ball 2 is low. 2-1. Somewhat surprised that Brett Jody is stuck with Dodson as long as he has. His pitch count nears 100. as he faces Ngope here in the 6th inning. 6 hits, 4 walks allowed by the southpaw. 2-1 is ball 3, and he has got to come to gift Ngope here. 3 balls and a strike. First 4 men have reached base here in the 6th inning. 2 walks and 2 singles. And the singles by Hood and Martinez have been plastered. Runners lead from everywhere. And Ngope in a situation where he can be very patient. 3-1 with the bases loaded and nobody out. Dodson ready to go. It's chopped to first. Espinal will come home and they'll get a force play. Ngope safe on the fielder's choice. The out on Hood is 3-2. It wasn't hit right at Espinal. The right-handed thrower had to make a backhanded stop, but still had plenty of time for the force out, just no time for the double play. Hobson to third, Martinez to second, and Ngope is now on at first. Here's Morin, who was grounded out and struck out. 2-0 Lancaster, top half of the 6th inning. But to some degree, this game is excruciating because Lancaster's had so many chances for more runs. Morin swings and misses at a breaking ball. He's down a strike. Devon Torrance waiting on deck. Top of inning 6. No balls, 1 strike to Morin. The pitch, ground ball again to first, and that is fair. It'll come home and go back to first. That's not in time, but another 3-2 play, and now there may have a chance to get a second out. Streaking home, though, at the end is Martinez, and he will score. He rounded third on the throw back to first base. Espinal thought he had a play through to third base. Martinez came charging home, and the Barnstormers are able to sneak in a run to make it 3-0. Morin safe on the fielder's choices. Hobson is out 3-2. And Martinez didn't slow down. He scores. Devon Torrance will bat with Ngope at second and Morin at first. 2 outs in the inning. And Dodson stays on the hill. Check on the official ruling to see if Morin gets an RBI on that play. I think he does. Torrance gets knocked back off the plate. It's ball 1. Devon 0 for 2 on the ground tonight. Lancaster without the big hit in this inning, but still able to score twice. Torrance takes ball 2 outside, throw to first base, and they have Morin picked off. Jovan Gonzalez fires behind Morin, who didn't seem to see it coming and didn't dive back in. He's tagged out standing up. 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits with no errors and only 1 runner left on base. The Barnstormers make something out of it, but you have to think it could have been a little bit more. And just double checking, by the way, Morin does in fact get an RBI. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 3-0 Barnstormers. Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with pick games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play pick games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Bottom of the 6th, Connor Overton back to the hill, leading 3-0 now, facing Jovan Gonzalez, Craig Massey, and Justin Pacioli. Nice that the Barnstormers scored 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning, but it seemed to have the makings of about a 7-run inning the way it got started. 2 seems unsatisfactory. It's like eating the one potato chip. It was nice, but you want something more out of it. First pitch, strike at the top of the zone to Jovan Gonzalez, who picked off Parker Morin to close out the top of the inning. 1 strike to him from Overton. Connor comes back. This ball is rocked to left field. Back on it goes Applin, still trying to chase it. Onto the track, he reaches up to make the catch. Gonzalez retired, 1 down in the 6th inning. And again, the wind is blowing in tonight. Gonzalez is not a top-flight power hitter. And he seemed to get all of that and couldn't get it to go. Applin racing back to make the grab. That brings on Massey. He is 1 out of 2. Just 2 batters over the minimum faced by Overton through the first 5 innings. To Massey, here it is up. Ball 1, 1-0. 3-0 Lancaster. But the big blow didn't quite happen. Now, if the ball hit by Martinez is hit with 2 outs, I think everybody scores, or at least 2 do. Strike taken, 1-1. Martinez had a great inning with the line drive single to right, and then scoring from second base on the force out at home, and then the throw back to first, trying to double up more. And ground ball, weakly hit. Hobson has it. He'll feed Overton 3-1, 2 outs in the inning. And Justin Pacioli will step in. Morin, I am told, will not get an RBI. It was posted that way, but apparently they have made the change. Two outs, nobody on base. Pacioli popped up a bunt back in the 4th inning, and that caused some serious problems for the Patriots. Craig Massey was on the move. He was doubled up easily by Terdoslavich. The Overton delivery. Strike as it grazed the outside corner. It's 0-1. Snaps low. Ball 1, strike 1. One of the points that I've heard made about the automated balls and strikes is that pitchers are more likely to get called strikes on curveballs and sliders and less likely on fastballs and straight changes than in the old days. Fastball inside to Pacioli, 2-1. And if you think about it, it makes sense. 2-1. Overton fires and gets the second strike in on Pacioli. It's 2-2. Connor Overton looking to give the Barnstormers their 3rd quality start in the 3 games in this series. And it would be 5 of the last 6. Line foul down the right side by Pacioli. He will stay alive at 2-2. Unless something develops with 2 outs here in the 6th, Overton, you would think, would be good for a 7th inning tonight. And maybe save the bullpen. Schumann has thrown both games in this series, so I don't know if Ross wants to run him back out there. 2-2. Ground ball toward the hole at short, and just out of the reach of Michael Martinez. Pacioli is on board here in the 6th inning. Martinez couldn't quite extend and get there. Will Kenger to the plate. Third inning in a row. A single for the Patriots with 2 outs and nobody on base. Kenger got it in the 4th. Rodriguez last inning. Pacioli here in the 6th. Will Kenger 1 out of 2 tonight. Batting with Pacioli at first. 2 gone. And Gope has swung over to plug up the hole on the right side. Good save by Morin on a pitch down around the toes of Will Kenger. Toes that are separated from his knees by seemingly an abnormal amount. Kenger may have the longest legs in the Atlantic League, at least compared to the rest of the body. Gives him some leverage at the plate. 1-0, swing and a miss against Overton. Connor coming with a fastball. The count is level at a ball and a strike. Torrance, Gindel, and Terdoslavich due for the Barnstormers when they step in the 7th, and they're hoping to do that still with a 3-run lead. Terdoslavich far off the line at third. Throw goes to first. Pacioli dives in. Justin Pacioli, 29 out of 32 stealing bases for the year. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Kenger. Overton brings it home and deals to the outside corner. That is strike 2. Overton working 1-2, gives him a breaking ball. That is fouled off. Continuing at a ball and 2 strikes. Kenger swung late just to spoil the pitch. Elsewhere, Long Island now leads York 9-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Sugar Land's up 7-5, top 7 at Southern Maryland. New Britain 6-4 over High Point in the top of the 8th inning. Off the plate to the inside. Now it's 2-2 to Kenger. Sugar Land can tie York tonight, and Long Island can pass High Point if the scores hold. 2-2 pitch. Kenger just gets a piece. He'll stay alive. For a second, I thought that was an entire swing and a miss. And Kenger almost reacted the same way. Either that or he was just checking to see whether or not Morin caught it. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Justin Pacioli, the runner at first base, here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Somerset trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. The Patriots have had difficulty scoring runs here in the second half. They only have 5 so far in this series. Pacioli takes off. Breaking ball is low. He checked on the swing, and it did hold. They'll credit Pacioli with his 30th steal of the year. Depending on what Rico Noel has done tonight, Pacioli now second behind Darian Sanford. Sanford stole 3 here yesterday. He has 53 for the year. 3-2 to Kenger. And the Patriots with the opportunity for that prized first run here in the 6th inning. Payoff pitch coming. Overton ready to go. 3-2, and that's right there. Strike 3 called. He crossed him up with a fastball. Kenger goes down looking. Overton strikes out his 5th. No runs, a hit, no errors. And 1 man left. We'll go to the 7th inning as Overton continues to maintain control of the Patriots. It is Lancaster 3 and Somerset nothing.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel, your go-to motor coach bus company. Supplying your motor coach needs from day trips to multi-day excursions. Trips to New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and all points in between. We can provide you with an itinerary or fulfill all your trip's transportation needs, providing casino trips monthly. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call at 717-269-3124.
There's a new force in town. Know any young baseball fans? Make sure they're a part of the Storm Force Kids Club presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids receive 12 field box tickets. To go with the tickets, the Storm Force members will get a backpack, a t-shirt, an invitation to Silo's birthday party, and a chance to meet Barnstormer players over a bowl of ice cream, plus a lot more. What's better than that? Sign up at LancasterBarnstormers.com or stop by the stadium to get those kids involved.
Nate Rowe takes over in the 7th inning, right-hander on the hill for Somerset. Zach Dodson gave his Patriots ball club, his new teammates, a quality start tonight, though a borderline one. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. He walked 4, struck out 6. Rowe facing Devon Torrance, who's 0 for 2. Right-hander into his wind. Torrance shows bunt and takes a strike. It is 0-1. Rowe is a 29-year-old from Plainfield, New Jersey, 6'2" and 205 pounds. In for the second consecutive day. Breaking ball gets Torrance in the ankle, and he's going to go to first base. Maybe not even ankle. I would say more appropriately heel. It really snapped wide of the plate and hit Devon. It appeared in the back of the foot. So now the Barnstormers have their leadoff man on here in the 7th inning as they try to reload.
Friday, August 23rd. Now batting, the right fielder.
Lancaster has left only 5 runners on base in this game, but it seems like so many more. Caleb Gindle, 1 for 3, stepping in. 3-0 Lancaster. Torrance the runner. It's been nearly a month since his 17th stolen base. High to Caleb. Ball 1-0. Gonzalez had to reach up to spear that one. 1 ball, no strikes. Rowe in his 33rd game. He is 2-2 with a 4.34 earned run average. Second Atlantic League team. He had previously been with New Britain. Partial swing by Gindle. He couldn't hold. It's 1-1. Turdoslavich is on deck. And then Applin. Again, Andrew has been on base 7 plate appearances in a row, 5 of them on walks. Torrance held by Espinal. Gindle awaits the 1-1. Runner stays put. Ball 2 is inside to Caleb. Torrance is Lancaster's 11th base runner. And they've only had men on base now in 4 different innings. And that would usually mean a lot of runs. 2-1. Gindle cuts on it and fouls it to the third base side. 2-2 to Caleb Gindle. Big moon, a full moon, or darn close to it, appears straight over the wall in center field. Caleb Gindle batting 2 balls, 2 strikes. Torrance hasn't broken from first base as of yet. He's not here. And Gindle with a ground ball to short, should be 2. Out at second base, the relay throw back from Massey is not in time to get Gindle. We mentioned it earlier that Massey does not have a strong arm. Brett Jody's going to come out and argue the call with Frankie Arilli. It certainly was close at first base. And Gindle is now on for Turdoslavich, who is 1 out of 3.
Now batting.
again, hustle out of Caleb Gindle. Those two things do tend to go hand in hand. That looked tailor-made when it came off Caleb's bat. Rodriguez fed Massey. Craig Massey does a lot of things well, but his arm just does not seem terribly strong. Gindle beat out a play back in the third inning and ended up scoring Lancaster's first run. Turdoslavich pulls this down the right field line, but it will land foul in the Somerset bullpen. No balls and a strike. Barnstormers have not taken advantage fully of their scoring chances here tonight. By the way, when Pacioli stole second base last inning, it was the first time all evening Somerset had a runner in scoring position. That's how much in control Connor Overton has been. Turdoslavich at no balls and a strike. The pitch to him foul tipped. And a second strike. It is 0-2 with Applin waiting on deck. Gindle takes the lead, not going anywhere. Turdoslavich swings and taps a foul up the line at first. Continuing count, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes once again. Rowe deals a breaking ball. That is chased. Turdoslavich strikes out for the second straight trip, and now it's 2 outs and a runner at first for the Barnstormers, with Applin stepping in.
The left fielder, number 5, Andrew Applin.
Two outs. Gindle out to the lead. Applin takes a ball. It is 1-0. 5 walks and 2 singles his last 7 plate appearances. To Andrew. Fades off the outside corner for ball 2. Destin Hood, the on-deck batter. He's had 2 big singles here tonight. The offering runs outside for ball 3. Stu's Somerset relative seems to have developed a fondness for Andrew. 3 balls and nothing. He can be selective here. Rowe ready to go once again and fires a strike. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike to Applin here in the top of inning 7. 3-0 Lancaster. Here's the pitch. Andrew holds and gets ball 4 low. He walks again. 3 walks for the second consecutive game. And this inning is up to Hood. 2 out of 3 with a run batted in. Both hits singles. We have not seen an extra base hit in the game. Gindle to second. Applin is on at first. Hood bats with a runner at second base for the 4th consecutive trip. Two outs, 2 on. Hood lets it go, and ball 1 is outside. 1 ball and nothing. big moment in the game. Hood could put this one out of sight. The 1-0 pitch, he gets under it. Skied to shallow left. Rodriguez fading back to squeeze it. And Rowe is pitched out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Barnstormers strand 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Lancaster holding a 3-0 lead.
Stretch out those arms and legs.
Hi, this is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team too, through training, preparing, and working together like a team. When an emergency occurs, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. Maybe it's time you stepped up to bat and offered to hit a home run for your community. Go to becomeafirefighter.org and sign up. You won't regret taking a swing for the fences. Join the fire service team.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Espinal, Ullman, and Navarro. 2 right-handed batters followed by a switch hitter against Connor Overton. Overton now does have backup with action in the bullpen.
The first baseman, number 53.
Here is Espinal, who is struck out and flied to deep left. He and Jovan Gonzalez dissatisfied with the air currents tonight. They both had balls that looked like they could go when they came off the bat. Breaking ball for a strike. It is 0-1. Bottom of inning 7. Overton has scattered 4 singles, and he has struck out 5. To Espinal, he won't chase. A ball is low, 1-1. And now it looks like plans are going to change in the bullpen. Another right-hander getting ready. And I can't tell from here. It could be Granite's. 1-1. Hopper to third. Nice backhanded dig by Turdoslavich. I thought that had a chance to eat Joe up, but he makes the pick, and Espinal is gunned down, 1 away. Michael Ullman, the designated hitter, coming to the plate. He is 0 for 2, a line drive to right, and a called third strike on Ullman. The only leadoff batter to reach base against Overton tonight was Craig Massey on a ground single back in the 4th inning, and he was doubled up. Every other inning to this point, he has retired the first 2. He's had 2 outs, nobody on at some point in 6 straight innings. Trying to extend it to 7 here against Ullman. And the breaking ball catches the outside corner for a called strike. It is 0-1. The right-hander is loosening up in the Barnstormers bullpen. Not going at full throttle, so you can't tell if it's Granite's or not, because he does throw over the top for a while. The ball is outside. It is 1-1. And it's tough to see how big that person is from here. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out in the inning. Arguably, they'd like to get Overton through 7. Breaking ball again, but this time 2 wide, 2 balls and a strike. 1 out in the inning. The right-handers are Granite's, Chassin, and Sawyer, as well as Schumann, and it's definitely not Schumann. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That missed as well. 3-1 on Ullman. Overton going to a 3-ball count for one of the very few times in this game. And I can't remember 3-1 at all. 1 out, bases clear. The 3-1 pitch fouled away off the end of Ullman's bat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It is Granite's. Now he's going full bore down in the bullpen, and once he is loosened up enough, he starts to come from down under. It looked like his body type down there. Granite's was the losing pitcher yesterday. 3-2 is on the way, and this is knocked to right field. A good arc to it, and Caleb Gindel will camp underneath to make the catch. 2 outs. Ray Navarro to the plate. Navarro is 0 for 2. And if he follows suit, he'll come up with a base hit right now. The guy batting with 2 outs, nobody on. The last 3 innings has done that. To no harm for Connor Overton. 7 straight innings he's had 2 outs, nobody on. Working with a 3-0 lead. Navarro is fly to right and grounded to first. Overton reaches the inside corner for a strike. It is 0-1. And there's no real set pattern to what Overton has done tonight. He's gotten a mix of fly balls and ground balls and strikeouts. Overton lobs this to shallow center. Going back, then Gope. He calls off Torrance, and Gope with the catch, and that is the first 1-2-3 inning for Connor Overton since the second. He retires the side in order in the bottom of the 7th. We will head to the 8th with the Barnstormers ahead 3-0.
Our aerosol cans have to recycle as many.
When in need of new appliances for your home, come to Gockenauer's in East Petersburg and see what buying from a hometown dealer is all about. We offer the best brands at the best prices, plus deliver, install, and service everything we sell. Don't get burned by another chain store taking your money and then going out of business. Come to the place who has been helping Leicester County for 70 years. Your hometown dealer making the best brands better. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers, crafted for the new frontier. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Eighth inning of baseball, and Brett Jody goes back to the left side of his pitching staff. Jeff Kinley will work to Hobson, Martinez, and Gope in the top of the 8th with Lancaster up 3-0. Kinley worked 2/3 of an inning here on Tuesday. He gave up a pair of doubles, one to Joe Terdoslavich and one to Destin Hood. He struck out the 2 left-handed batters that he faced. He's got one here in Hobson, who was one of the strikeout victims on Tuesday. KC tonight is walked twice, and he's grounded into a double play. First pitch is a strike, and it is 0-1. 3-0 Lancaster. A run in the 3rd for the Barnstormers, driven in by Destin Hood. 2 in the 6th, one of which was driven in by Michael Martinez. Hobson Stares at a ball outside. It is 1-1. 6 innings for Dodson tonight, 1 for Rowe, who hit a batter and walked one. Nate Rowe has allowed 6 base runners in 2 innings over the last 2 days and has not been scored upon. 1-1. Hobson takes a rip and bounces this one hop into the front row behind the dugout of the Somerset Patriots. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the Major League games, the Cubs now up 5-0 at Philadelphia, bottom half of the 7th inning. Yu Darvish working on the shutout. Anthony Rizzo and Kyle Schwarber with home runs. 1-2. Hobson, ground ball the other way. Easy chance for the third baseman Navarro. 1 out here in the 8th. And Michael Martinez will step in. Martinez 1 for 3. He was the guy who made the 6th inning for the Barnstormers. It was set up with 2 walks and a single, but Michael Martinez with the RBI base hit that eluded Kenger in right field. And then Martinez able to sprint around and score on the force play grounder by Morin after the 3-2 out at the plate. And the throw back to first. He came steaming home. Kinley delivers, and Michael Martinez. It's a towering pop-up over the left side, right near the third base bag. Navarro there for the catch. Some panache on the transfer to the throwing hand. 2 outs in the inning, and here's Ngope. Gift is 0 for 3 tonight. 2 strikeouts and a 2-3 force at home. Indians pounding the Yankees 12-2 tonight. Cleveland with 5 home runs in the game. Cincinnati has broken ahead of St. Louis 2-0, bottom 6. Mets 9, Braves 2 in the 5th inning. Twins are up 9-0 over the Rangers in the 4th inning. A strike to Ngope. It is 0-1. Barnstormers still need 6 more outs tonight, and they have been tricky to come by. More action in the Lancaster bullpen, and this looks like Echemendia warming up. Ground ball left side again, easily handled by Navarro. A 1-2-3 inning for Kinley on just 7 pitches. We head to the bottom of the 8th tonight here at TD Bank Park. The Barnstormers leading the Somerset Patriots 3-0.
Like craft beers? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right. Celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries and product from a local winery. Food is sold off a pub-style menu. And new for 2019, there will be a trivia contest every Saturday evening beginning at 5, hosted by Cheaters Never Prosper. So get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with the Barnstormers game.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel. If you want to be there, we'll get you there. New York, Washington, D.C. We service all casinos, day trips, or multi-day excursions. Lebanon's #1 tour bus company, providing monthly casino trips. Sands of Bethlehem, Resort of Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun of Pocono Downs. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call, 717-269-3124.
Pedro Echemendia working for the Barnstormers as we go into the 8th inning. Scott Schumann given the night off after pitching the last 2 in this series. At least the night off for now. This would ordinarily be his time of the ball game. Scott has held the lead in both of his efforts, though yesterday was a tough spot as he had to wiggle out of a second and third one-out jam. Ross Peoples had him intentionally walk Kenger, and Schumann bounced back and struck out both Espinal and Bracamonte looking. Prior to that, Echemendia retired 2 batters, saving a possible run for Jonathan Albaladejo. First pitch strike is in, 0-1 on Alfredo Rodriguez. Tonight, Rodriguez is 1 for 2. He may have had the best read of anybody on Overton. 7 innings for Overton, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts. A ball down and away from Echemendia. Ball 1 and strike 1 to Alfredo Rodriguez. Echemendia in his 20th game, 1-0, a 1.71 earned run average. He fires, and he is too close. It is 2-1 on Rodriguez. Pedro gave up a couple of crucial walks to Long Island on Sunday in his prior outing to yesterday. 2-1. A half swing roller to second base, and Gope, an easy play. Rodriguez is out, and Alfredo wishes he had that one back. He hesitated right in the middle of his swing, hit a slow roller. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Michael Kraus to come to the plate. Kraus has gone down swinging, and he's grounded to third. Overton has gone 12 straight innings without allowing a run. Barnstormers have a left-hander backing up Echemendia. Partial swing, and he held, says the first base umpire Irilli. It's ball 1 and no strikes. Echemendia started Kraus off with a breaking ball. Kraus had a good at-bat back in the 5th. Overton got him to swing and miss at a couple of sliders. He worked the count to 3-2. Echemendia delivers to the knees, and it's 1-1. Lancaster needing 5 more outs to win the series. Kraus batting 1-1 here against Pedro Echemendia. Next pitch, a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Morin chases that to the screen. That is one where Kraus could have taken off, but he opted not to. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kraus must have simply been guessing fastball because Pedro bounced that pitch. It looked like a good 4 feet in front of home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yovan Gonzalez, the catcher, due next. Defense straight up against Kraus. Echemendia sends another breaking ball Michael's way, and this time he takes. It's 2-2. This one got closer to home plate on the fly. Kraus at 2-2 as the left-hander continues to throw in the bullpen, and it looks from here like it's Harper and not Marksberry. 2-2. Echemendia with another breaking ball, but Kraus takes once more. It's 3-2. He's not going to chase every one. Three-run lead in the 8th inning. You don't want to risk a walk here. They almost have to go to a fastball. And Kraus has to know it. 3-2. Echemendia ready to go, and it's a fastball up and in. He walks Kraus, and it gives the Somerset Patriots a bit of an opening here in the 8th inning. 1 out, 1 on. Gonzalez stepping in. He is fly to right and line to deep left. 0 for 2 for Yovan Gonzalez in the game. But now a runner on with 1 out. I don't know that they'll be terribly inclined to have Kraus run here. He is 17 for 22, including 2 stolen bases, both coming in the 3rd inning yesterday. First delivery is a strike on the outside edge to Gonzalez, 0-1. Left-handed batting, Craig Massey waits on deck. The Barnstormers do have a lefty ready in the bullpen. Echemendia working to hold the lead here in the 8th inning. Pedro can be prone to walks. The 0-1 is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Coming into tonight, he had walked 10 in 21 innings. That's not terrible, but not quite where he would like it. What Pedro is very good at is coming in an inning and getting his predecessor out of trouble. 1-1. Line drive, and that clears, and Gope for a base hit. Sprinting toward third is Kraus. The throw comes into second, and Craig Massey will come to the plate as the possible tying run here in the 8th inning. Kraus to third. Gonzalez on with the base hit. Massey is 1 out of 3. Does Ross make the move? He has a lefty ready. You got Massey from the left side. Pacioli is a right-handed batter, and then the lefty hitting Kenger. And here comes manager Ross Peoples. Echemendia will depart after a third of an inning. He gives up back-to-back base runners, and the tying run will come to the plate for the Somerset Patriots. We're going to take a break and pause for this.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Trouble in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brian Harper now taking over with the tying run coming to the plate in the left-handed batting Craig Massey. Michael Kraus at third, and Jovan Gonzalez the runner at first base. Kraus never hesitated going to third on the single by Jovan Gonzalez. He probably gets there under most circumstances where that ball was hit, but Torrance knew better than to try and make a play on the lead runner. Keep Gonzalez at first, have the double play in order. Now it's Harper against Massey with runners at the corners and 1 out. Brian Harper continues to have just a quirky year. He's 0-4, a 5.03 ERA. He misses with the first offering to Massey for ball 1. But again, like Echemendia, he seems to be better when he has other guys' runners on base. Harper is stranded 13 out of 15. Would like nothing more than to make that 15 out of 17. Ball 1, no strikes to Massey. Left-hander into the motion, very high with a breaking ball. Now it's 2-0. Justin Pacioli waits on deck.
Please report to customer service to claim your prize. Kevin Wilson to customer service, please. Thank
2
you.
balls, no strikes. Runners already at first and third. 1 out in the inning. A double play can get the Barnstormers out of it. Here's a 2-0. Massey will look at a fastball good for a strike. It is 2-1. Lancaster with a run in the third, 2 in the sixth. 3-0 lead for Connor Overton, and now the bullpen swing and a miss. Harper slowed it down on Massey, and he fell for it. Two balls, 2 strikes to Craig Massey. Justin Pacioli waits on deck. More action in the Barnstormers bullpen, but Harper must face 3. Fouled back. Massey continues to bat at 2-2. Massey singled back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3 on the night. He singled in the tying run in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs yesterday. 2-2. Harper to the plate, and he bounces it up there. Saved by Morin. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2. 1 out, runners at the corners. Big pitch. Harper to Massey. He'll come to the plate and bounce it away. It is ball 4, and Kraus will score on the wild pitch. It's now 3-1. The tying runs are on. Still just 1 out here in the 8th inning. Kraus coming home on the wild pitch. 2 walks, a single, and a wild pitch out of the bullpen here in the bottom of the 8th. Justin Pacioli will step in at 1 for 3. That is now the 10th time in Harper's relief work that he has walked the first batter he has faced, 10 out of 24. Gonzalez at second, Massey at first. Pacioli stands in against Harper, and the first pitch dealt for a strike. It is 0-1. Will Kenger waits on deck. Harper must face 3, and then Ross would probably have a right-hander ready for Edwin Espinal and Michael Ullman should the inning still be going. High drive, left field, look out, back on this goes Applin. He'll reach up and make the catch again. The ball not carrying well tonight. Pacioli retired for the 2nd out. Barnstormers were playing back because of the situation, and Applin was able to scramble and make the catch. Will Kenger will come to the plate. Again, he is the lead run in the ball game. It is 3-1. 2 outs now with runners at first and second. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Harper will face Kenger. Edwin Espinal waits on deck. Morin, Torrance, and Gindel scheduled in the top of the 9th inning. 2 outs, 2 on. And a Kenger breaking ball, swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. On the edge of your seat in a ball game that you would think for all the world that the Barnstormers should have had packed away. No balls, 1 strike to Kenger. Gonzalez at second. Massey carries the tying run at first to Kenger. A 2nd strike. Harper establishes control at 0-2. The run this inning has been charged to Echemendia. Gonzalez is his runner. Massey belongs to Harper. High fly ball, center field. Gindel and Torrance both there. Devon Torrance with the catch. And Harper able to pitch his and his club's way out of the 8th inning. 1 run does score on 2 hits with no errors, and 2 are stranded. We'll head to the 9th. The Barnstormers still up 3-1.
Closest to the pin, right there, wins. What do they win? I got a bunch of prizes in my hand. I got a cramp. All right, Magda is going to go second.
Move the wrong piece and the whole structure might fall apart. No, I'm not talking about the Barnstormers lineup. I'm talking about the life-size Jenga game that is part of the Subaru Outdoor Experience down the right field line at Clipper Magazine Stadium. There's ping pong, huge dice to roll, and more. Trivia contests take place before every Saturday home game. Group bookings are available, so enjoy the games while at the game and come to the Subaru Outdoor Experience just below the Broken Bat deck.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with pick games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play pick games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Junior Rincon will take over for the 9th inning. Somerset trailing 3-1. Espinal, Ullman, and Navarro are scheduled in the bottom of the 9th inning, and that means Cody Epley is warming up in the bullpen. Epley's had a tough season. Yesterday was tough luck. He gave up 3 singles to allow the game to be tied in the 9th inning, and the first and third, from what I understand, were more or less bleeders. First one definitely was. It was an infield single tapped in front of Terdoslavich. Junior Rincon is on here. 6'2", 27-year-old, lives now in Kissimmee, Florida. It's pitched for the York Revolution in the past. Lancaster faced Rincon 2 nights ago, and he gave up a 2-run home run to Gift and Gope. He will not face Gift in this inning. Morin leading off. Parker is 0 for 3 on the night. Lancaster without an extra base hit, but leading by 2 to Morin. Ground ball, a hot one, foul past the bag at first. Signal made by Frank Iorilli. Morin thought it was fair, and the Barnstormers did not have a first base coach out there. Morin discussing the play from a distance with Iorilli, and now Ross Peoples is on his way out. And I thought that it looked good from here, but I'm at a weird angle. Morin would have had the Barnstormers' first extra base hit of the night, and because he called it foul, it's got to stay foul because you don't know what would have happened. And Morin now getting a little more heated, and the plate umpire Chittum steers Parker out of there. No balls and a strike. The count to Parker. Turned away on his hot ground ball down the first baseline. Torrance and Gindel to follow. Everybody to bat from the left side against Rincon in this inning. For a while, he wouldn't face a right-handed batter until Destin Hood would come around. He'd be the 6th man to bat. To Morin, big breaking ball is high. It is 1-1. Barnstormers had 2 hits in the first, didn't score. 2 hits in the third, scored 1. 2 hits in the sixth, then scored 2. Breaking ball for a called strike. Morin batting at 1-2. Lancaster looking for some kind of insurance here in the 9th inning. 1-2. Morin swings and hits it well to right center field. This one is carrying. Kraus going back, and the walls will not. Or no, Kraus did catch it. He deked me. Michael Kraus on the warning track slowed up like he hadn't caught the ball, but he did. He slowed up. He looked dismayed, but that is a catch. 1 out. I didn't think the ball had gone. I was just reacting to the body language of Kraus. One gone here in the ninth. Tough AB for Morin to go for one. That smash, borderline fair foul down the first baseline, and then hitting a ball to the fat part of this yard. Run down by Kraus. Now here is Torrance, and Devon takes a fastball for a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. It's tough to hit the ball out in that direction. Kraus made the catch in deep right center. One step from the wall. Called strike, it's 0-2. And then he just didn't return the ball even close to right away. He held it for a few seconds. Down and away for a ball, it's 1-2. But he did get there. I thought he had. It was just that the ball didn't come back in for a while. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Torrance. 0 for 2, and he's been hit by a pitch. Rincon ready to deliver. And again, Devon has to try and get the feet out of the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gindel waiting on deck. Torrance swats it foul in the opposite direction. 2 balls, 2 strikes continuing. Three to 1. Barnstormers lead here in the 9th inning. In a ball game that has taken quite a while for the lack of scoring we have seen. Swung on and missed. Torrance goes down on a breaking ball. 8th strikeout for Somerset pitching in the game. And this inning is up to Gindel. Caleb is 1 for 4 with a run scored.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 15, Caleb Gindel.
Only one left-handed batter in the lineup as it stands that Epley would have a chance to face in the bottom of the 9th inning. He's struggled against lefties. So, in fact, is Schumann. Breaking ball misses to Gindel. Ball 1, no strikes. Schumann has been so dominating against right-handed batters. They're only 3 for 46 against him. Even in that one ill-fated start for Schumann, the damage was done by left-handed hitters. 1 ball and 1 strike. But Navarro, a switch hitter, the only left-handed batter in the lineup as it stands. Gindel checks on the swing, a pitch bouncing away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Caleb. They do have Jimmy Paredes off the bench, except we haven't seen Jimmy the entire series. He is here, and that's it. Every other available left-handed batter is in the lineup, except for Paredes. Gindel bats 2-1. The Rincon pitch is smoked to right center field. This is going to be good for extra bases. This is down past Kenger into the alley in right center, and Gindel will stop at second with his 23rd double of the year. Second ball hit very hard by a left-handed batter in this inning, and realistically the third. The Barnstormers have their first extra base hit of the night. Here's Terdoslavich, 1 out of 4. He has gone down swinging his last 2 trips. Gindel stands at second with a potential insurance run. Terdoslavich will try to get him home. 3-1 our score in the 9th. Rincon delivers. The fastball is up, ball 1. On deck is Applin, the walking man. One ball and nothing to Terdoslavich. And the fastball runs outside to make it 2-0. 2-0 to Terdoslavich. Rincon to the plate. Terdoslavich with a line drive into right center field. That's a base hit. Kraus will extend to cut it off, but he'll have no play at home. Gindel rounds and scores easily, and Lancaster now leads 4-1.
Number 5, Andrew Applin.
Andrew Applin coming to the plate. Rincon giving up a run here in the 9th inning. It'll make it a little bit easier for Epley. Still a save situation available. Applin has singled once and walked 3 times tonight. He has reached base now 8 consecutive plate appearances on 2 singles and 6 walks. Rincon's pitch is up. It is ball 1 and no strikes. A big RBI base hit for Terdoslavich here in the 9th inning. He drives in his 59th run of the season. To Applin, the breaking ball misses. It's 2-0. If Andrew should happen to walk here, Hood would bat for the 5th straight time with a runner at second base. He's 2 for 4. Applin gets ball 3. 3-0. He may have the take sign here. We'll see. Josh Bell coaching third. John Anderson over at first. 3-0. And that is ball 4 up and in. What is it about Applin the last 2 days? But they can't seem to throw a strike to him. Hood steps in with runners at first and second, 2 outs, and it's all developed since the second out.
Number 41,
Destin, 2 for 4 with a run batted in the game. Both his hits are singles. 12 of his previous 18 had been for extra bases. Terdoslavich off second. Applin leads from first base. Rincon goes to work on Hood. First pitch fouled away. Destin at 0-1. Morin had a great at-bat. Was retired on a catch made by Kraus on the warning track to start off the inning. 0-1 to Hood. Fastball missing inside. Make it 1-1. Gindel with 2 outs in the inning. Double to right center. Terdoslavich single to right center. Joe's 8th hit of the series, and then Applin walked again. Destin Hood bats at a ball and a strike. Rincon with a breaking ball, and he gets it there. That is strike 2. Lancaster has had opportunities to bust this game open with a big hit. You'd like to think they have done enough. Hood batting 1 and 2. Rincon to the plate. The breaking ball is just fouled. Hopping over the right shoulder of Jovan Gonzalez. Continuing at 1 and 2 on Destin Hood, who's hit .346 off Somerset pitching. He is 5 out of 12 in the current series and has driven in 3 runs here. 1-2. Fastball, and this one is given a ride down the left field line. Will it stay fair? That ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Destin Hood, and you would like to believe an exclamation point on tonight's game. No question about the distance. There was some question about the angle. From this vantage point, I've got a good look. That was fair by, I would say, 5 or 6 feet. Destin Hood with his 7th home run of the season, and it's now a 7-1 game. 4 runs here in the top of the 9th, all coming with 2 outs. Casey Hobson will step to the plate. Hood has been a big RBI producer. In this series, he's had a ton of chances, and you would rather have hit that home run in the 10th inning yesterday. But Man, has he been hot in terms of runs batted in. First pitch strike. It is 0-1. 25 in his last 18 starts. That's a tremendous pace. He has failed 3 times as a pinch hitter. 1-1. That ball was cranked down the left field line. He hit that extremely well. Breaking ball to Hobson. That is just a little bit up for ball 2 from Rincon, who is struggling to get the final out here in the 9th inning. 2-1. KC swings, lines a base hit into right field. 5 in a row have reached base with 2 outs here in the 9th. And Michael Martinez will come to the plate. KC's first hit of the night, but his 3rd trip to the bases. Lancaster has reached double figures in base hits for the 3rd straight game here, and the 4th consecutive game overall. There are a lot of things to like about the way this club is playing right now. Martinez screams one foul past first. 0-1. 3 hits, 4 runs batted in for Hood tonight. First time he's had 4 in a ball game. In fact, he's the first Barnstormer other than KC to have a 4 RBI game this year. KC's done it 3 times. Michael Martinez batting at 1-1. Hobson leading off first. He's not going anywhere at this stage. Fastball is good for a 2nd strike as we get to 1-2. The Patriots still very much in a wild card race. They are rooting for Long Island and Sugar Land to win the second halves. Martinez swings and misses at a breaking ball. Rincon is finally through the inning, but not before the Barnstormers pick up 4 big runs here. On 4 hits, the biggest of all, the 3-run blast down the left field line by Destin Hood. No errors, 1 man left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the 9th inning. The Barnstormers leading 7-1.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers are crafted for those who were made for the city. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
When the 9th inning started, Cody Epley had his 18th save ahead of him. With 2 outs and nobody on, Epley had his 18th save ahead of him, and he was tuning up to get ready and come in. And then the Barnstormers unloaded on Junior Rincon. No longer does Eppley have a save situation, but one thing that Ross Peoples does not like to do is get a reliever warmed up and then not use him. Well, Eppley comes on here for the 9th inning to face Edwin Espinal, who is 0 for 3. Pedro Echemendia worked a third of an inning, gave up a hit, a walk, and a run. Harper 2/3 of an inning, a walk, and a wild pitch. And Eppley is on for the 9th. Blown save for him yesterday on 3 singles in the 9th inning. First pitch strike on Espinal. It is 0-1. Barnstormers have outscored the Patriots 17-6 in this series. 17-6. There's more action, by the way, in the Lancaster bullpen. And that would be, I guess, if Eppley doesn't get 3 outs right away. Appears to be Matt Marksberry loosening up. No balls, 1 strike. Eppley back to Espinal. Breaks off the outside corner and gets away from Morin. 1-1. Connor Overton in line for the win. He had to be aware of what was going on in the bottom of the 8th. He might have been icing in the clubhouse, but following the game inside, and had to at some point be thinking, not again, because he came out with a 2-1 lead. In his start against the Ducks last Friday was looking rosy, and Lancaster couldn't hold it. Down and away, 2 balls and a strike to Espinal. Third reliever used by Ross Peoples here in the last couple of innings is Cody Eppley. 1-5. He's in his 39th game. 3.5 is his ERA. 2 balls and 1 strike to Espinal. That is smashed through the left side and a base hit to start off the 9th. First leadoff man to reach base in the ball game for Somerset since Massey in the 4th inning, and he didn't stay out there very long. Michael Ullman, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. Ullman is 0 for 3. Opposing teams hitting .333 off of Eppley coming into tonight. He has had a tough time, and especially lately. Runner on, nobody out, and Ullman. Chopper toward the shortstop. They'll get the out at second, and Gope fires back to first, and that is a double play with slower runners. Martinez actually was charging in toward the pitcher's mound and made the backhanded play to Ngope. So 2 quick outs here in the 9th, and Ray Navarro, the final hope for the Patriots here tonight. Lancaster will be back here in another week and a half for a 4-game series, Monday through Thursday. And Lancaster will have the chance to win the season series if they can take 3 out of 4 the next time around, assuming they get the last out here before 6 runs score. To Navarro, strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Alfredo Rodriguez, the shortstop, waits on deck. 7-1 Lancaster, matching the score from Tuesday night. Yesterday, a last out tying base hit by Massey. 1 out left to get. It was a dunker into right. That scored Teodoro Martinez with the tying tally. The delivery to Navarro is outside. It is 1-1. You don't give up. With that Somerset Patriots chant. Wow. They stay at it. 2 outs, nobody on, down by 6. Ground ball foul, and now down to a last strike here this evening. You'd look at Hood and Overton being the stars of this game, I would give it to Overton because Hood had so many chances. He did well. Swung on and missed, and that will end it here tonight. Navarro is gone, and Epley faces just 3 batters here in the 9th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Great win for the Lancaster Barnstormers here tonight. The Barnstormers are just 1 run under in terms of for and against in the second half. They're winning the one-sided games. They're having trouble in the close ones, although this was a close ball game that they put away in the top of the 9th. We'll be back with the wrap-up show that will be coming your way next here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
The Barnstormers play, all in all, a terrific ball game tonight at TD Bank Park, winning 7-1 over the Somerset Patriots. Destin Hood, a 4 RBI game. Overall, the Barnstormers knock out 10 hits. They get a great starting effort from Connor Overton. Brilliant for 7 innings, 4 singles, no walks, no hit batters, 5 strikeouts. Lancaster solid defensively, and it all adds up to the 7-1 win here tonight. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 8 left for the Barnstormers. A run on 6 hits, no errors, and Somerset stranded 5. Overton the win. He's 1-0, and he's only given up 1 run on 8 hits in his 13 innings as a Barnstormer. The loss to Zach Dodson, 0-1, but he certainly pitched better than he had been in Winnipeg. Lone home run of the night came toward the very end of the game. Destin Hood. We had talked about how the ball wasn't carrying very well. We saw 3 drives to left that looked good off the bat for Somerset that Applin was able to go back and get. But Destin Hood is a different human being when it comes to power. The ball just really carries when he hits it. He hits it with that backspin, and his just soared over all 3 tiers of signs down the left field line. His 7th home run as a Barnstormer. 2 hours, 58 minutes, the time of game, 41-37. The attendance tonight here at TD Bank Park. If you remember the entire first half of the season, I talked about how badly the Barnstormers needed Destin Hood and that the club would turn around once they had him. Well, in terms of wins and losses, things are only slightly better for the Barnstormers here in the second half since Destin was activated. But the team, all in all, looks better. The lineup is better. because you've got that big right-handed threat in the middle of it. And we've seen Hood drive in 25 runs now in his last 18 starts. It makes a difference. That and the quality of the starting rotation in the second half. Reed's given the Barnstormers 2 great performances in a row. Anderson 4 in a row. Overton his second great start here tonight. Albaladejo has been solid. Lakeland has been in and out, but he certainly keeps the Barnstormers in the game for the most part. And Lancaster, it's kind of head-scratching that the Barnstormers are only 13-19 in the second half. Numerically, they should be 16-16 and in the race for a second-half title. They are getting a little bit closer. We'll check the out-of-town scores, but the way things were looking, it did appear that the Barnstormers could get to within 6.5 of perhaps both York and Sugar Land with this win here tonight. The Barnstormers got the first run in the third inning. Caleb Gindel legging out an infield single. Andrew Applin with a one-out walk. And Destin Hood driving in his first run of the night in starkly different fashion than 2, 3, and 4. His first one came on a bouncer to the left side of the diamond. Ray Navarro got a glove on it with a dive, couldn't reel it in, nor could Alfredo Rodriguez. Gindel sprinting home to score. The Barnstormers led 1-0. It stayed that way until a strange top of the 6th inning. Applin picked up the second of his 4 walks in the game tonight, the second of his 7, or the fifth, I should say, of his 7 walks in the last 2 games. And then went to second on a wild pitch. Hood smashed a single to center, sending Applin to third. Casey Hobson walked, loading the bases. Now, that wasn't the strange part of the inning. Michael Martinez then hit a sharp line drive to right. Will Kenger, it looked like may have misplayed it. He extended for it at the last second as the ball sliced away from him, and it bounced past Kenger. But the Barnstormers all thought that he was going to make the catch and maybe went back to the bases to tag. And as a result, only 1 run could score. Just a single for Martinez. Kenger able to retrieve the ball in a hurry out off the right field wall. And it was just an RBI single for Martinez. So the Barnstormers had the bases loaded still with nobody out. Up 2-0. You were looking for the big blow to open up the game. Gift and Gope bounced to Espinal. The throw came home. Force out at home plate. Parker Morin did the same thing. Force out at home plate. But on Morin's, Jovan Gonzalez thought that he had a chance to double up Parker at first. He fired. That throw was just late. In the process, Martinez never slowed down. He raced around to score, and the Barnstormers had a 3-0 lead. Somerset able to get 1 run back off the bullpen in the bottom of the 8th. Michael Krause picked up a 1-out walk from Pedro Echemendia. Jovan Gonzalez singled into center, chasing Krause to third. And Brian Harper took over at that point. On ball 4 to Craig Massey, the pitch got away from Morin. Krause came home on the wild pitch. Justin Pacioli lined out to deep left. Will Kenger flied out to center, and that was it. The Barnstormers, with 2 outs in the top of the 9th, put the game away. Caleb Gindel double to right center. Joe Terdoslavich single to right center. Andrew Applin walked. Destin Hood crushed a 3-run home run down the left field line to make it a 7-1 ball game. And just so the Barnstormers could get to 10 hits for the 4th straight game, Casey Hobson followed with a base hit to right. And that's where the Barnstormers offense would end here tonight. A 7-1 victory, an impressive game here against the Somerset Patriots. And again, the Barnstormers outscored Somerset 17-6 in the series. And typically, if you're going to outscore the opposition 17-6 in 3 games, you're going to win all 3, but that's not the way things are falling for the Barnstormers here in 2019. They do take 2 of the 3 here this week. On the Atlantic League scoreboard, as we get you caught up on the other action around our circuit tonight, the High Point Rockers fall to the New Britain Bees 6-5. Sugar Land defeats Southern Maryland 8-6, and Long Island bombs York 10-2. And that causes changes at the top. Long Island is now leading in the Liberty Division by a half a game over High Point and Sugar Land and York are now tied in the Freedom Division. So it opens up the wild card. That is great news for the Somerset Patriots, who look like they may have a tough time winning the second half, but they are very much in the wild card race, trying to stay in it with High Point and York, should that situation develop. The Barnstormers, of course, need to win the second half in order to make the playoffs. They're playing some of their best baseball of the season, but they still trail by 6.5 here in the second half of the season. 38 games to go. The Barnstormers will need to get red hot. But if they keep playing like they did tonight, they may just make a run at it in this second half. Quick check of the Major League Scoreboard, a little limited schedule on the Thursday, one of the traditional off days for Major League Baseball. The Marlins pounded the LA Dodgers today 13-7. It was the Dodgers, though, with all the home runs. They hit 4, including the 40th for Cody Bellinger. Seattle 7-2 over the Detroit Tigers today. The Phillies playing catch-up and may just overturn the Cubs. It's 5-3 Chicago, bottom of the ninth inning. The Phillies with the bases loaded and 1 out. The Cleveland Indians laying a mighty hurt on the New York Yankees tonight. It is 19-4. The Indians have 24 hits as they go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cincinnati trimmed the Cardinals this evening. 2-1 was the final score in that crazy NL Central race. The New York Mets have 20 hits of their own, leading the Atlanta Braves 10-3, top of the 8th inning. Minnesota is up 12-3 at Texas in the bottom of the 6th. 3 home runs for the Twins tonight. End of 2, it is San Francisco 2, Arizona nothing out in the desert. The Astros and the A's, no score in the bottom of the 1st, and likewise the White Sox at the Angels. It's on to York from here. The Barnstormers in a weekend series against the York Revolution, and one they definitely need to win and really could use a sweep. It's all lefties for the Barnstormers, all righties for the York Revolution. It will start with Jared Lakin against Duke Van Schamen tomorrow night, 6:30 from Peoples Bank Park. Join us over there if you can. Be sure you're tuned in to the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel. Thank you for your patience during the technical issues of the past several days. It has been extremely frustrating. We have road games figured back out now, and now Ryan Cortazzo and the folks on the technical side trying to work on getting us back with the video stream on our home games. It all just died last week in the middle of the homestand. So we've got until Monday to work on that. Now that's the story from TD Bank Park tonight. Big win for the Barnstormers. A fantastically played game for the visiting squad. 7-1 over the Somerset Patriots. Join us tomorrow at 6:15 with the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. The play-by-play action will follow. Until then, for PR assistant Joey Greer and for all the cast and crew back at Clipper Magazine Stadium, I'm Dave Collins. Have a great evening, everyone, and we will see you at the ballpark.